Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready this planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Ware Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
Do you experience pain, tingling, numbness, freezing, or burning in the hands and feet? Does your balance feel off? Tired of sleepless nights? You may suffer from neuropathy. Dr. Andrea may be able to help. Neuropathy is a serious disease where nerves begin to break down, leading to balance problems and other complications. Our program addresses the causes, not just the symptoms. See if you qualify for our neuropathy program at Hornstein Family Chiropractic. Schedule a consult with Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic, 701-672-1300. Hornstein Family Chiropractic, where chiropractic care is a family affair.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Every morning, we start our day with a purpose. To care for each other. Beyond hospital or clinic walls. Helping people feel seen and heard. Because family, friends, and community mean everything to us.
This is who we are, and this is what we care about.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
that means all the money that we make,
cha-ching,
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4 crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdelInnovation.com. Comdel Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Every business.
Abby Johnson with the home run, just about to straightaway center field.
There we go. We shut the music off so I can talk. Welcome, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's also presented to you by Red River Communications, Internet with a Human Touch on cable channel 28. Also, again, the Giants Coaches Show brought to you by Giant Seeds and Snacks. So we thank them for those sponsorships. And introducing everybody here on the show here right now, I'm Joe Schreiner, and the guy over there on the other side of the screen, on the right-hand side of your screen, is none other than Brian Watson. B-Dub, good evening.
What do you think of that?
I'm telling you what, Jeff. This is Jeff Rolfe, by the way, the Huskies
what do you
boys
think of
basketball
that, huh?
coach. And Jeff is usually referred to as the black cloud around here. But
you should tell everybody what happened too. You
well,
let
he
everybody
walked
know.
in tonight and he touched every little thing he could.
Yep.
And he even did something special to the TV. I won't describe to the fans, but everything's working. Everything's
That's
working.
not why it worked.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That is not why it worked. We gotta. We'll see what happens here.
Okay.
But he came in and started touching stuff. Everything was working. I just got a feeling. He's trying to put some of that bad mojo on it again.
Yeah.
I think we're good now. Look at that. Started right on time.
Awesome.
Everything going. We got through our little hiccup that we know about now.
Yep.
I'm ready
2
to
weeks
go.
ago. Yeah.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yep.
So we're still waiting to get that fixed. But hey.
Yep.
I'm good to go now.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we got everything good to go, and we're sitting in good shape. Got to say hi to Mrs. Ralph out in western North Dakota.
She'll be happy that we're on time. She
Mom and
didn't have
Dad
to
are
watch
watching.
a bunch of commercials.
Is it
see 'em
Grenora?
sitting
Is that
there.
where they're at?
They're in Minot.
Minot, that's right.
They probably sit there and they see the commercials and they see him sitting there. Why is he talking now?
Why isn't he talking?
Yeah.
What? Right?
I'm just saying.
Turn his microphone on so we can hear
Turn
him.
it on so we can hear what they're saying. Yeah, I know.
And I got to say hi to my grandsons, Wyatt and Cam. They're watching tonight before they go to bed, too. So hi, boys.
They should be in bed, shouldn't they?
Don't get that started again because you started
I'm
that
just
last
saying.
time. And Wyatt said he wasn't going to bed
Yeah.
yet. So
They were running around at the party. We were having a good time.
Yep, they were.
Yeah.
So I'll say hi to them, too, and get that out of the way. Cam, Wyatt, boys, hello. All right. Are we good to go?
I guess so.
We got any other exciting news we need to talk about?
Give him his half hour or whatever it is that he's going to get. So, and then we'll just.
Well, we did slot him for 20 minutes. tonight.
Well, I mean, we have to. I mean, it's his show.
It has
I
been
guess.
2 weeks.
It is the Jeff Ralph show, I guess. But.
Jeff Ralph, head coach of the Huskies boys basketball squad, joining us. Jeff, I don't know what to say about him. I mean, it's just you put up with him on a daily basis, but
I can tell you this: he's probably happy that we've been at the region tournament, so he could practice in the high school gym. He didn't have to go across to the elementary gym.
He's got to drive from Circle of Nations every day. He might as well just drive to the elementary and practice there every day.
Why would we do that? Why?
Well,
then the girls have to go over there. They don't want to go over there.
Well,
they want to be able to get out of school, go to the locker room, and then get in the gym.
I know. That's what we want to do, too. So we should get to do that.
You do every other week. So
next year you guys can work it out.
we can work it out. We can work it out next time. So,
well, the Huskies have been busy since we last met 2 weeks ago, Jeff. I think you had a game against Hankinson, and that was a pretty exciting game. We won't spend a lot of time on it.
Big week, for us. We had 3 games.
Yeah.
Hankinson, Earl's really good.
Yeah,
Rayshawn is really good.
Yep. No question.
And we did a pretty good job on him in the first half. I thought we really limited him a little bit. He does a nice job of finding the other guys too. It's not just the Earl show, although Ray puts on a pretty good show.
Yeah.
But we did a pretty good job. We let him get a 3 at the end of the first quarter. where we didn't manage the clock very well. But other than that, I thought we did a pretty good job. And then the second half, the kid just went off. And, thankfully, they only got one Ray, and we got Jack and Braden. So that, we kind of balanced that out a little bit. But I thought, just from a basketball fan standpoint, the gym was packed. Hankinson brought everybody that wanted to come to the game came, and we had a really big crowd of Wapton fans too, and a great atmosphere and a really good high school basketball game. We I think, I felt like we were in control all night, and when it came down to the end, we just made plays. We made plays at the end of the game, and that, resulted in us keeping our lead or building a lead. And we missed a couple foul shots, but for the most part, I really thought we were in control of the game. Braden had 27, just a huge night for him. We had Jack in foul trouble. Guarding Ray was a big job for Jack, and ended up in a little foul trouble and didn't score as much. He had 7, but I just thought our other guys really stepped up. Trey had 5, Bonch had 4. Bonch had 5, 7 boards. Carter Oswalt came in, hit a huge 3 for us. We ran a play for him and got him open. He hit a 3. Alex had 5 points, 11 rebounds. I think those other guys just stepped up and did what they're supposed to do. And, just a good team win and really a fun atmosphere to play in. And I hope that I think the series is going to continue.
I was going to ask you that question in your eyes. I know we weren't going to talk much about the Hankinson game, but just in an essence of time. But that brings up a good point. Do you think you played there and now they played here, so you did your home and home? Do you think it'll continue?
Sounds like we'll play next year for sure.
Oh yeah.
I think it's already on the schedule, so we're going to play. But it's got to be competitive too, And it has been. So then let's keep playing. Coach Caven and I talked tonight after practice how our non-conference schedule, every game has been good with the exception of maybe Standing Rock on Saturday. But that was good in that we got 14 guys in the game.
Yes.
We gave kids an opportunity to play. But I think our non-conference has been good, and as long as that game is competitive, then we'd love to play. Great atmosphere down there last year. You guys were down there for that. It was jam-packed and people on the stage yelling at us from behind. And that, it was a great high school basketball atmosphere. And I thought we had that on last Tuesday.
In the 2 games you played them, what's the total of 5 points differential?
Yep. Yeah, and we ran our play where we threw long to Braden and going through the handshake line. Carter said, "You ran the same play at the end of the game last year and got us, but you threw it over the top." And I told them they're going to throw it over to the top, and you did it anyway. And we got, and it was kind of like, well, that was the play at that point. So, but I think, just a fun competitive game, and
that's good.
I know they wanted to win. We're fortunate we got the win, and that's what the non-region or the non-conference season is. You got to get better playing those games, and we recognize a few things we had to fix, so we've been working on that.
That's good. All right, so let's go again. You played a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday last week, and then on Thursday, then you traveled to Valley City and took on a team out in Valley City. Right now, they're toward the bottom of the region, but you got to play them.
Yeah, and they showed up to play. I thought their big kid inside, Dieterle, really had one of his better games. He had double digits scoring, had 9 rebounds. I thought Al did a really good job on him. Saying that, I thought Al did a great job, kind of frustrated him a little bit. I was physical with him. Al had 9 points, 4 boards, one of his better offensive games. But I think defensively on that kid, he did a pretty good job. And then we had a good start to the game. We really pressured them, tried to get them to do some things they didn't want. But the middle quarters, we outscored them 42 to 26 in those 2 middle quarters, and that really was the ball game. We turned on the defense and really limited everything they were trying to do, and got some easy buckets. Jack got going. Jack had 22. He was 10 of 13 from 2. a lot of those, he's a good jump shooter, but
Yeah.
a lot of those where he was a beneficiary of a trap, got a steal, and went and scored. And a big game for Jack after not really scoring much on Tuesday night.
Against Hankinson, yeah.
Bounced back with 22. Braden had 18 points. I mean, really efficient, 5 and 9 from 2, and made both his free throws. Had 6 assists in the game. Just solid on the floor. Trey K had 4 points, had 4 rebounds. Bonchi had 9 points, 2 rebounds. He's been rebounding, playing great D. His traps in that game were really, got Jack a lot of buckets.
Yep.
He's long.
He's
and
lengthy.
He's a really good defender and a good rebounder for us. And we've talked about about how we thought he was going to be a kid that was going to score 12, 13 for us. He's maybe averaging 5 or 6, but he's been guarding. And if you're going to guard, you can play for us.
Right.
Because we know he can score the basketball too. So good game for him.
Yep.
Garnett Anderson was in, had 2 points and 4 boards, and then Ryland Flack, another just solid night. He just does what he does. Gives Al his break, plays about 6-8 minutes in each half, and was just solid. And really a good team win. We played about 10 guys over there, and just took care of business. One of our final 2 region games. That if we want to stay in the top 3, we gotta win out. So a good road win for us, and a game that we had to win. And we went over and took care of business.
That was nice, and on a Thursday night, it's a tough road trip, to Valley City.
It is when
dang near the 2-hour drive.
Yep, and when you play Tuesday, and that game got over.
Yeah.
We probably didn't get out of there till after 9:30 on Tuesday night
easy.
with Hankinson there.
Yeah.
And then you get up and get to school and practice after school, and then when we were at the elementary because the girls had to have
he had
high
to have
school.
it. Yeah.
Stop.
So
Just
we got to
stop.
go over there, so we start later, and kids don't get home. And but short, good practice, and that really led to how we wanted to play there, and couldn't have been happier with how that game turned out for us.
So then Friday, you got to have a little practice again to get ready for Standing Rock coming to town. They were up at, I think, were they at 4 Winds that night?
They were at
before?
4 Winds the night before, yeah.
And then they came and they told me they spent the night here in town somewhere. So they.
Yep, they did come in.
Yeah. So then they spent the night here, and yeah, it was a big win. It was a 94-43, I think, victory here for the Huskies. But again, some good time. Like you said, you had 14 guys in the scoring column.
Yeah,
so.
we played everybody on the bench.
That
got
was
in
fun
the
to
game.
see.
And yeah, we want to look at a couple guys. For our seniors, their stuff is winding down, and Braden and Al play a lot of minutes, and Garnett's been a good player for us. Does everything we ask him to do, and helps us out on some stuff we need defensively in practice, and hasn't been the beneficiary of a lot of minutes in games, and he played a lot of minutes there for us, and come in the game he was 2 of 4. He got 4 points, had 2 boards, and had a block shot, and Al got a big steal, and the old tennis combo fed it up to Garnett, and Garnett got a bucket, and I think we took care of some of that business which we wanted to, and when you think about the career kids, you'd like to have that opportunity for them, and then when you go on the flip side of that, Jet Johnson's an 8th grader, and I tell you what, that kid he does some things for us. And the other day in practice, Coach Caven, he's like, we need to find a spot for him. He might be able to go. And I think on one of our conversion set, which is a 3-minute up and down, and he had 2 threes and a 2 in 3 minutes. So I mean, the kid, and that was against. We were kind of split up evenly in that, but still, I mean, there was somebody, Cooper or the Beast or Jack or somebody guarding him, and he got open and made some shots. So we did have that opportunity to get a lot of guys some playing time and give them some opportunities to get a bucket in the game. So
and Carter Oswald, I saw him come in too. That was fun to see him in there, spark plug too.
Yeah, and the kid plays really good defense, and he was one of those kids too in that game where he didn't get in the second half. We had so many guys we were trying to get in. He played his minutes in the first half, but he's a kid that's going to be, on Tuesday night or Monday night when we play Lisbon, you're going to see Carter Oswalt on Cam Cordero, and I think we're finding out that his shot making is going to help us, and then he guards too, and he guards physically, and
he is,
and that's what we like to see from him. So, a good night. We had Jack with 27, Braden had 24, Trayton King with 10, which was good to see. We got double figures. Cooper Kuhlmo,
How many rebounds
7.
did he have? Do you got that on there?
How many what?
Rebounds did Trey have?
He had 2.
Oh, is that all?
And we had Al with 10 boards. I was kind of surprised at that too, but then on the flip side, we shot it so darn well that there weren't a lot of boards out there, and we created a lot of turnovers, so we limited there too. We had as many field goal makes as they had attempts.
Wow.
So I mean, we guarded pretty well after the a couple just total breakdowns defensively where we gave up a couple easy layups early and a couple threes, and then after that, I mean, we just locked it down. So a good team win, a good opportunity for guys to play, and really a good way to go into this break. Now we'll have a week off before we play. I think.
Well, that's what I wanted. We talked
we
about
got that. We have a break, but that game was a good way to go into it. I think where, we got some rest, but we also found some things we had to work on in all 3 games, and now we're doing that.
And we talked about a little bit off air before we came on the air about that long break. I mean, you had three games in 1 week, a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, which is, I don't want to say tough, but it's not easy.
Yep.
And then now all of a sudden you got this whole week off.
Yep.
Then you come back on Monday and you play Lisbon, your final region game of the year, and then you're off until the next Monday for regions.
Right. And
so how are you handling that as a coach?
Well, I think we were really short Monday and last night. The boys want to go watch the girls play, and so do I. So we got in and got our work done and had them out of there by 5:15 or so they could get up and drive safely and get up to the game, and we'll take tomorrow off so they can be up there in time to watch the girls play. And I think that works out great for us because we come in for a few days. Now we can take that day, and then we'll practice Friday.
That's cool.
We'll go Saturday morning early, 8:30 on Saturday morning, so we can get up to their game in Mayville after that. We're trying to manage that, and so it actually kind of works out nice. And these schools in our division, they don't want to play while the girls are playing. When we were in the EDC, we'd go to Grand Forks Central, and Central was here, and they don't like to do that. So this week, everybody has a game but us. There's 7 teams. Well, 6 of them are playing each other, and we're out. Next year, we got a game on this Friday. So we'll play Hillsborough next year on the Friday between the state qualifier games. So, it's the luck of the draw for us with that, whoever gets to buy. So.
Right. So I was looking at the schedule, and there's a 2-point game for Northern Cass and Central Cass, which is going to be key there because Central Cass, of course, up at the top, and Northern Cass right below you guys. Kindred, Valley City, Oak Grove, and Lisbon, they all play on Friday. Then on Monday again, there's another 2-point game for Northern Cass, and that's against Kindred. So again, it's a big swing of things there. That's why when you look at the Region 1 standings right now, the only one that's set is number 7, and that's Valley City.
Yep.
So otherwise, it still could shake out.
Yeah, we could, if things go how we like and we win our game, we could still end up in 4th if Lisbon would win their other game, and however that works out. Oak Grove, how they do with that. So, we have one focus, and that's taking care of our business. And if we're 4-5 game, we'll play the 4-5 game. I mean, I feel like we're probably one of the top teams in the region, but wherever that shakes out, we got to win 2.
And you are currently, 2 games. You are currently ranked number 4, or tied for 4th in the state with Devil's Lake right now. But again, it's a tough region.
It really is. Yep.
And then when and we're going to talk with Brian about it later with the Lady Huskies, but it's the same thing in the crossover. If you don't win the region, now you got the crossover, and you got to worry about somebody tough from Region 2.
It is what it is. I'm on the advisory, and we talked about we got to rotate the regions we play.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
That would be
clearly
nice.
Region 1 and 2 are really good. You know, Region 3 girls, South Prairie's really good. But is the rest of it? You know, I mean, that's just how it is. So I think, you know, they worry about travel. You know, how are we going to get to play a game in Bismarck if there's a storm like last year? Well, we would leave earlier. That's what we would do.
Just like they did for wrestling. It's leave a late day early.
We live in North Dakota.
I think they're set on that they just don't like to do that.
Yeah,
So.
we live in North Dakota. We can make it work.
We'll make it work.
Yep.
Even with Region 1 and 2, there's still travel with that too.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, you know, you talk about that, and they said, well, you know, how do we get from Wahpeton, say, to Bismarck for that game? Well, Linton played in Mayville last year. It's further from Linton to Mayville than it is from Wahpeton to Bismarck.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, that logic is not exactly
doesn't stand. Yeah.
tight there, but
yeah.
You know, that it is what it is. That's who we're playing, so. You know
Seems
what?
like it's not an issue for football.
No, they can switch whatever they want.
WAP's going out to Watford to play.
That's a whole nother TV show.
Well, yeah, I know. I don't want to get that
So
started.
you know, but really our focus is on Lisbon, and you know, if I was a betting guy, I'd say we're going to play Lisbon again, the opening round of the tournament.
Okay.
So we're going to take care of our business Monday, take a look at a few things we want to do better, and certainly not think, well, we just beat them twice this year, so we're going to take care. I mean, we gotta play. So we're going to be focused, and especially for this final home game. You know, we have our parents' night on Monday night. We recognize every player and their parents, and then we'll have you know, we don't do senior night, but we do a little more recognition for our 4 seniors that we have. So we'll do that too. But it'll be a big night for us.
All right. Well, 15-5 and 10 out of the last 11, Jeff, and hopefully you go get some more in a row here and keep her on a streak.
Yeah, it'd be nice to rattle off about 4 in a row here right now.
It would, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That'd be a good deal. All right. I guess it's we're getting a sign there, so I guess we got to wrap it up, huh?
Well, I mean, we only have we're like
I
3
gave him
deep.
20, and it's
we're
23,
like 3 deep
so
right now.
He's all right.
Well, he's been on for half an hour. He should be all right. Got anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I would like to talk
Just
about
stop it. Just stop it.
the girls' basketball team, and I would really like to wish them the best of luck tomorrow.
We
Let's
appreciate
go get that thing done.
We appreciate
There you
that.
go.
Get to Mayville on Saturday.
Yeah,
Go take care of business.
I like the foreshadowing that he gave there.
How about
I
that?
did.
Very
He's an
nice.
all right dude sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah,
Yep,
sometimes.
You can take it.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff Ralph, head coach of the Huskies boys basketball squad. They take on Lisbon on Monday, and we'll maybe talk to you next week, Jeff.
All right.
All right. We'll be right back. Jordan Christensen joins us next here on Three Borders Sports Network and the Giants Coaches Show.
With an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
Having the right insurance team will change the way you view insurance. Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm. My staff and I believe insurance is a tool that can help you plan for what can go wrong so you can focus and invest in what can go right.
Amanda and her team are dedicated to serving you and the community. They are local, committed, and a trusted insurance team. See why they've been voted Best Insurance Agency 7 years and counting.
Come see us. We'd love a chance to work with you too.
Smith Motors in Wapaton, our goal is to find the vehicle that fits you, both in lifestyle and budget. Do more with the spacious GMC Acadia, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hardworking GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive experience featuring high-quality service and low-pressure sales. Chevrolet or GMC, the selection is great. And if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Smith Motors, small-town friendly, big-town...
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's also presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28, our own cable channel, designated when we go live with some events, most of our events anyway.
Ralph's still here.
I know, he's still causing trouble back
I know, slowing us down, and he's not even on camera.
He wants his time.
He gets his time. Don't slam the door.
That's funny.
One of these days, he's going to say, I'm not coming back.
Oh, that's funny.
Who else will we pick on if we don't pick on him?
Well, we could go on Jordan.
You could pick on me.
No.
Jordan's only in his 4th year, though.
We don't want to do that. He hasn't been around long enough yet.
Well, I'll tell you what. If there's anything to talk about, I think there's a lot of stuff to talk about Cowboy basketball right now. There's so many scenarios, B-Dub. You can put yourself back on.
Can I put myself back up there?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's so many scenarios with this team, and it's very intriguing, and I'm going to get into it with Jordan, but it's very intriguing to me when I was looking at everything today, getting ready for the show tonight, about how many possibilities and things that these guys have got going on. You're looking at, number one, you're close to an HOL title. They're going to be playing for that on Friday. We'll talk to them about that. Mm-hmm. They've got Section 6A, of course. They're sitting, I think, 3 currently in the section.
Yep.
They're not too far from 2, and I think there's enough of a cushion in 4, but there's still some things in play there, too. So
there's a lot.
Coach's got a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot going on there.
My, what a difference a few years makes, huh?
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
We're not talking about, are we going to get the 7-10 play in, or are we going to get the...
Right. A little different now.
I mean, it's just so interesting. All right, I'll get Jordan Christensen here with the Cowboys basketball squad, and again, I'm just excited to talk to him about this here tonight and everything that's going on. 20-5. How about that? First of all, that's pretty good stat to start with there.
That's a cool number. Yeah. If you'd have told me that 2 years ago, I'd have been like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
But these kids have put in a lot of time, and they've really grown up a lot.
Okay, I want to go back, and because we haven't had a coach's show for 2 weeks, I do want to go back to the Staples-Motley game, because that was a big, I don't want to say it was a big loss, but it was kind of a big loss for you. It was a 1-point loss. Talk about that, because I didn't watch that game at all or anything, so tell me what happened.
That was a wild game of runs. That we start out, and it's kind of back and forth. Then Hunter Bogenreef happened for about 3 minutes. It was kind of wild. Hunter had a stretch in the first half. It was 20-20.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it ends up being 27-20. We're up. And in that stretch, Hunter hit a 3, blocked a 3-pointer, and got an offensive rebound put back. Wow. All within, it might have been in a minute and a half too. Wow. That all of a sudden we were up 7 and in a good spot, and I think we extended it. I think it got as big as a 9-point lead. And Staples was tired.
This was in the first half?
This is all in the first half. This was kind of, and Staples was tired. There was about 5 minutes left in the first half. And the pace was going our way.
Okay.
Then Avery shot fakes a kid. I think we were up 5. Avery shot fakes a kid, gets fouled, absolutely hammered. Somehow the kid's chin goes onto the top of Avery's head.
Uh-oh.
And there's blood everywhere. There's blood on the floor. He's got his hand in his head, or his, and he's just like, we didn't really realize what was happening. And then he gets closer to us, and you can just see it pouring through his hands. So we had that to deal with, and then he comes out, and then I think we're up 7. But that was a real game changer for us. But he did not want to be stapled in the Staples Motley training room, which I don't blame him. He ended up going to the hospital, and then that was a late night. And shout out to Lindsay Smith for taking him over there. That was really nice of her. And he actually got doctored up by Cypress Steele's dad. He walked into the room where Avery was in, and it was and he starts asking us about the game. And that was just kind of a funny connection there. And he's like, yeah, we got DGF tomorrow. So we were talking a little bit of hoops in the hospital with him. But we go into halftime. We kind of stumbled towards the end of the half. We had a couple offensive fouls and just didn't execute things. And we're up 1 at halftime. And then the second half, we were missing Avery, I think, quite a bit. He's a big piece of what we do defensively. We get down as much as 12. So we're down 12, and I think that's with like 7 or 8 minutes left. Now I might be off minutes, but it's around there. And then we just kind of start playing a little bit. And then there was 3 straight possessions. I think Aiden Sanchez hit a 3. Okay. And we're back and forth. Problem is we didn't get any stops. So Aiden would hit a 3, put us up 1. They'd go down and score. He'd hit another 3, it put us up 2. Then all of a sudden, their number 23 hits a step back 3, and it was just kind of whoa, like crazy. Actually, the end of that game had to be entertaining if you're a fan. It wasn't so entertaining
the last few
for
minutes
me.
Must have been.
It was. I was a little bit like.
I see some gray on your side.
Yeah, I know. Getting old, but
I'm kidding.
But then we're tied at 75, and they run a little bit of a back cut play, and that's something we should have had a better adjustment to. We overextended a little bit. Their sideline out of bounds guy threw it in and then sprinted straight to the block, and we just were a little bit out of position. We were attached to their number 23, which we were supposed to be, we needed some other guys to help, and it's something we can fix for playoffs. Like in that scenario, here's what we're going to do, and it's something we can work on. But they got an and 1. We go down, score, call timeout, get our defense set. We're down 78-77, and they're kind of running offense where we weren't going to foul. There's a 6 or 7 second differential, and then they call timeout. We get a steal. I think Joel and Cooper kind of tag teamed for a steal, and we get a shot by Charlie Krejci that just, if it's a centimeter or 2 shorter, we're going home really happy, and didn't go in and hit off the back of the rim, and that was kind of game over. But there was just a lot of things.
So there was an opportunity at the end.
We had more than our chances, our fair share of chances, but we just didn't. We honestly didn't get enough stops down the stretch.
Well, and the reason I was very curious about this is because, really in the long run, Coach, it doesn't make much difference in the Heart of Lake standings, really, does it? Because if you win Friday against Pelican, you're going to share the title with them regardless.
We're going to share the title.
So Friday, if you'd stayed with 1 loss in the Heart of Lakes, you'd still have a shared title, and somebody was going to win it outright.
Yes, essentially, it is what it is. Like it would have made this week a lot less of a, oh shoot, are we going to get the 3, 4, maybe the 5? Hopefully not. But that game would have taken care of a lot of stuff seeding wise. Yep. Not so much the HOL. I mean, it stinks to lose an HOL game like that, but we can still control our own destiny there. But Friday is really, really massive for seeding. I know Affield back there thinks we're stuck at the 3. We need some things to go our way, but.
Well, DGF came to town on Tuesday last night here, and you came away with a nice win. Again, in my eyes, as a play-by-play guy, it was a very physical HOL game as usual, and Bogey was calling the game with me, and he said the same thing. He said it was a pretty physical game.
I don't think we're going to play in any games that aren't physical. I think that's more what we. I mean, let's be honest. We kind of roll a little bit of a football team out there at times.
Well, I wasn't going to say it. But
Well, we do.
yeah, you do.
We do the way we play.
Yeah.
And we threw a little bit of an adjustment at them. We went zone to start the game in a lot of the first half, and you know what? It's good to work on that and have that kind of in our back pocket because there's probably going to be a time where we need it in the playoffs. And then the second half we started to crank it up a little bit, and then they started to turn it over and give us some stuff the other way, which is how we are going to probably hopefully be able to play going forward. But
all right, so then you take on Pelican Rapids on Friday. You travel to Pelican Rapids, which would have been nice to have it as a home game here for your final game, but you got to travel to Pelican Rapids and take them on. Again, we've talked about the importance of the Heart of Lakes side of things, but again, it's a Section 6A game too as well. Mm-hmm. And
huge
a win
section
there.
game.
I'm sorry.
Huge section game.
Section
like
game,
it could decide a lot of things.
I don't know if you got enough there that you could, if you do beat them, you might be able to slide in the 2 slot.
So for us to slide into the 2, we'd have to be within about 4.5 points of Pelican in the QRF, which right now I think we're down like 12 from them.
Yes, sir.
That's iffy. I don't know. Beating it'd be sweet. Not going to hold my breath on it, but the biggest thing is we'd like to avoid the 4-5 if we can. But you know what? We'll go play wherever, whoever. It doesn't matter. In the 4-5, we've seen both those teams too. We've seen Park Christian and Hillcrest and have an idea how they're going to attack us, and lots of things we can fix there. But basically, we're looking at Park Christian plays Nevis on Friday.
Yep.
And Hillcrest, I believe, plays they're not Parker's Prairie. Somebody.
I didn't write down Hillcrest's schedule.
They have a game they're supposed to win, and I think win pretty handily, which I don't think they'll get a lot of points for. So if Park Christian loses to Nevis, we got a good chance to keep the 3. If they win, Friday is a must-win for us to have the 3.
I just went and looked at Nevis, and 4 out of their last 5 or 6 games, they've scored over 100 points.
Nevis is good.
They've got. I'm surprised. They're in Section 5A, but I was surprised. 4 out of their last 6 games, I think they scored over 100. Okay. So we've talked about the importance about the section game on Friday night with Pelican. And how important it is in the QRF and everything too. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens and go from there. But it was a night for senior night. That was
cool.
So it was a good night, and I think you did well. It's tough. You told me before, and if hopefully you don't mind me repeating this, but you told me ahead of the game, and I don't think it's any big secret. You've been with those 4 boys your 4 years of coaching, I think. So you've had those guys. So it was a little bit of a.
It's a tough one, but it's not gonna be nearly as tough seeing them walk out the last time.
Yeah,
like that's gonna be. That's gonna suck. Like that's gonna be the part where I kind of lose my mind a little bit. But I think last night was more like, boys, we need to get this one. Like it was a big one. So. I was just excited for them to win their last regular season game, and they came out and they played well. Not all of them played how they wanted to play, or the game played out how they wanted to, but best thing is they got opportunities on Friday, opportunity on Thursday next week to really write a pretty cool story about their career and their team.
And Coach, forgive me here. I said 4 seniors. There's
5.
actually 5.
Yep.
When I think of 4, the 4 that dressed last night and played. So you want to just kind of mention all 4, and then the 5th one that I forgot.
Our 4, I'll just start with our 5. Isaiah Rodriguez. He'd like me to say his Misco Bines.
Yeah, I saw that in the program.
He's told me a few times, but I think it's something to do with his Native American heritage. So That's what he said his nickname was, but he had me say it last night, and he helped me practice. And then Jackson Riggs, Charlie Krejcia, Levi Christensen, and Cooper Roberts are the rest of the seniors, and they've been through some years where it's been
pretty lean.
It would have been a lot easier to just say, you know what, basketball, I'm not going to stick with this. It's not going my way. But they've really turned things around and got the program in a great spot.
Yep, very much so. So congratulations to those guys, and they've had a great Cowboy career. And like I said, I had some other things I was going to talk about, but we've already kind of hit on them sideways here. So B-Dub, you got anything for Jordan before I let him go?
Are you playing the way you want to play right now, playoff time, or going into playoff time? Are you got everything you need right now, or is there something that you feel you need to? Okay, we really need to sharpen this up before we get into the playoffs.
We just kind of like there's on film. And we showed it to them the other day. It's just there's times where it seems like we're a little bit just relaxed defensively, where early in the year our hair was on fire. And it's something that we've been talking about and just trying to work on. And I understand, like, okay, you're on game number 26. Like, but like now it's do or die. Like Pelican, this is going to be a playoff environment.
Playoff game before playoff game.
Right.
They'll be juiced up. Like it's going to be rocking in Pelican. 2 20-win teams it's going to be pretty sweet. But that's, I think, just the focus on defense is at times laxed, and that's kind of why we lost against Staples. We weren't super locked in all the time, and we were making a few mistakes mentally more than physically. So it's just basically that, but also the part that we really need to be great at is our game prep during practice. We're not going to be, practice isn't going to be as much up and down, stuff like that. It is going to be situations, scenarios, actions that the other teams are going to run. And they kind of caught the brunt of it on Monday when I had to just rip them because they were sitting there screwing around. I'm like, guys, we're trying to prep DGF like a playoff game. Like, you have to understand, like, we're not just going to run around helter-skelter and do our rush drill where we're playing in transition the whole practice. So that's kind of one of those things that we're learning. And let's be honest, we haven't really been in this spot with this group where we're doing a lot of prep stuff where we're worried about what other teams are doing, but we still doing enough to focus on ourselves where it's like, okay, you got to stop us and you got to be able to handle our ball pressure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a mindset. You just have to get yourself ready before you get there. If you're not, and you haven't been there before, you're going to get out there and it's going to be, whoa. So it's a little bit different.
It's a little bit different, but also these kids have seen some wild environments. I mean, they've responded well to going down to US Bank Stadium.
Yeah, there you go,
It's like big games are not going to be something that's new to them. It's just this group in and of itself kind of going to figure out what we're made of here down the stretch.
I think having that football success will help.
Yep.
I think so.
I think so too. All right, Jordan. Good luck on Friday night, and come home with a share of the title, will you?
Hey, we'll get after them.
And secure that 3 spot, right, Chad?
Already there.
Chad.
Already there.
All right, we'll call it a night. Good luck on Friday. And Jordan Christensen, thanks for joining us again.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to talk wrestling coming up here next. And we'll be right back on True Border Sports Network right after this.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
We know switching banks takes time. But what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name?
Worth it.
Or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds.
Worth it.
A bank that you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees?
It's so worth it.
Switch and see why Bell Bank is worth it. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Minn Kota Ag Products has helped farmers with all their agricultural needs as the farming industry has expanded. They provide farmers with all their chemical, fertilizer, seed, grain, and elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. Proud to be a partner in your operation since 1941. Download the MKAP Grower 360 app from your app store today to see current market prices, your tickets, and any essential information for your operation. Thanks for all your hard work.
At Interstate Engineering, we're more than engineers and surveyors. We're partners in building stronger communities. For 50 years, we've partnered with communities across the Great Plains region, from airports to water systems, transportation to recreation. Our team delivers innovative solutions with integrity, loyalty, and a passion for helping others. Interstate Engineering, improving life, one community at a time.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
What does primary care mean to us? At Sanford Health, it means being there when and where you need it most. It means building a relationship, because when a provider really knows you, they can deliver the best care for every aspect of your health and your life. So what does primary care mean for you? It means understanding your health for today and for where you're headed next. It means a lifetime of care for a lifetime of you.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
Welcome back to the Giant Seeds and Snacks. It's the Coaches Show, brought to you by Giant Seeds and Snacks, and it's also brought to you in part by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Red River Communications, internet with a human touch.
Look at you getting all fancy. You just like saying that.
I do.
Yeah.
Everybody likes my shoes, too, by the way.
They're getting dirty. You got to keep them clean, dude.
I did. I just watched them.
You got to keep them clean.
Yeah, everybody, Chad.
You just got them and you had to wash them already?
Yeah, I did. Have you seen how sloppy it is outside?
I know, but you got to protect them or something.
Protect? How do you protect your shoes?
You Scotch guard? You probably Scotch guard your shoes.
No, I don't.
You buy them to wear them.
Yeah, right?
Whatever. I'm just glad you're stepping outside your box. So that's all.
Well, it's part of our colors. But anyway, let's talk some girls wrestling, huh?
Let's do that.
All right. We've got Trayton Hout here joining us this evening. Thanks for coming back, Coach.
Yep, thanks for inviting.
You've had a busy couple weeks here since we've last visited. I think you had the EDC tournament, and then you ended up going to the state tournament. We'll talk about both of those. And, before let's talk about EDC first. You went out to the EDC and you had that up in Valley City, correct?
Correct.
And then you didn't wrestle duels; it was just the singles.
Yep.
So how did the girls do there? And talk about how they did. And I know somebody that got first, but
Yep. Yeah.
you go ahead and talk about everybody else too.
Yeah. Yeah, I was pretty proud of everybody, how everybody competed that day. Nobody really went out there and just didn't try, which had that happen here and there. Sometimes they just, you don't feel like doing it, you just go out there anyways, but
yeah.
No, everybody came out, showed up.
Good.
Just showed improvement, which I told them.
That was
right
back Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Before Valentine's Day. So yeah, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, go on.
Yep, just what I told the girls before we started, I just said it's not result orientated at all. Doesn't matter if you don't make the state or anything.
Yeah.
Just I want to see improvement from beginning of the year to now.
Yeah.
And they all listened and they all.
You were happy with that.
Yes, I was happy with everybody's individual performance, whether
yeah
they placed or didn't, and
yeah.
I think we had 4 of them make it to the blood round and 1 made it through, but just
explain
to have
the blood
that
round
many,
for everybody again.
Yep, the blood round is the round right before you make it to the placing.
Okay.
To where you're going to place. So
yep.
Blood round, you win that.
And how many made it to the blood round?
4.
4 made it to the blood round.
Yep.
Okay.
4 made it to the blood round. Blood round's on the back side, so
okay.
If you're in the championship, you're not making it to the blood round because you're already.
Oh, I see.
You're already past that.
All right, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
So we had 4 make it through that, or make it to that blood round, but only 1 made it through. But still, for most of those being first year out on varsity or first year wrestling.
Well,
at
that's
all,
true.
And make it that far.
Yep. Because last year you only had what, 4 girls? How many girls do you have?
I think we had 4 girls compete at EDC. We had 6 on the team. And
6 on the team.
Yep.
4 competed at EDC. Okay.
Yep.
And then, so yeah, explain the final finishers. We know Aubrey Bowsen got first.
Yep, she got first. Beat Kenzie Wu of West Fargo there. She put her on her back for a second, but ended up getting off it and took her back to her back and pinned her in the first period. And
that's awesome.
And then Claire Lathrop finished 8th. She's battling that injury. We kind of went through, made sure we were getting to that placing, got through that blood round, and kind of went from there. Just kind of medical forfeited out just to save the wear and tear on the knee. And
so 8th place, so she qualified for state that way. Yep. So good for her. Yeah.
Yep, because there's East-West, so it's top 8 from each.
Okay. And anybody else there that you want to talk about at EDC, how they finished, or everybody just kind of, that's where it was?
Yep, that's all of her placing, but
okay.
Evelyn Wold, Olivia Roberson, and then Sia Mystic, they all made that blood round.
The blood round.
Yep, they all showed good promise there.
And you got them all back next year other than Grace, right?
Yep.
So that's something, we'll talk about that at the end about Grace, but yeah, that's good. I mean, you got to be excited for it.
Yeah, and those 3, they were all right there, just almost got their ticket punched to state, but just we couldn't quite find that one move that we wanted on each of them. But
I was just going to quick look and see, how old those 3 were.
One's a junior, 8th grade, and 7th grade.
And 7th grade, yeah. How about that?
Yep.
Wow. All right, so we go to state, and it's, of course, the same time the boys go, and it's Thursday, Friday, 19th to 20th. You're out there at state, and your state qualifiers were Claire Lathrop, as you said, and Aubrey.
Yep.
Aubrey Bozen. How did Claire do, first of all?
She, because we medical forfeited.
With her injury.
Yep, we medical forfeited out of EDC. That kind of wrecked our criteria getting into the state tournament. We pulled a 16 seed, so gave us a tough route through.
I bet.
But we go up against the 1 seed and then battle back after losing that against the 8th seed, which she placed 2nd in the East.
And she was an 8th seed at state?
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. So. And
that's a tough draw for Claire.
Yep, it was a very tough draw. It's, I think the worst draw she's had in the state tournament that she's ever got. So, but she went out against that 8th seed. We'd seen her so many times before. We know what she likes and stuff. Didn't give her what she liked, but kind of gave her one other thing, and by stopping that. But you win some, you learn some.
Yep. So now Aubrey goes in as a 2 seed?
3 seed.
She went in as a 3 seed?
Yep.
Tell me how that happened.
Well, her and the 2 seed, they were 2-2 on the season, so it comes down to what they call a common opponent.
Oh.
So they pull all the girls that each of them have faced, so like that they've each faced together. So then they take the records with those girls and just.
So they get pretty complicated when they
It gets a little complicated
when they
but
start digging into it.
Yeah.
Did you agree with that? I mean, as a coach, did you agree? It's like
I
she
was
should have
fine
been
with
two?
it because the 3 seed was a better spot than the 2 seed because of the 7 seed, which was the girl that placed second in the East, the one from West
okay.
Fargo. She upset the number 2 seed in the quarters, so we had to face her in the semis, which I
Gotcha.
like that one better.
Yep. I got you there. Yep. It turned out better for Aubrey that way then.
Yep.
Okay, so then how did she get to the championship and how did she do that? Or she got to the champion because she placed second, correct?
Correct.
Yeah,
Yep.
so I kind of gave away the spoiler there a little bit, folks, but
Yep, came in
everybody
at the
knew.
3 seed, had a easy match in that first match. You get one of those top 4 seeds, you kind of get a little easier match. And
sure.
After that, we had the 6 seed.
Yeah.
Wrestled her. She caught us. We took a really bad shot right away. She put us on her back for a couple seconds, got out, got back to her feet, and got back to business as usual there, and took her down and pinned her in the second period. And then semis roll around, and we have that West Fargo girl again for the 3rd time, and pinned her for the 3rd time again. So.
That's good. That's good. And in the championship match, she met the number 1 seed.
Yep.
And I think you told me too, whether it was on air or off air, you told me, I think you said that she is also a junior.
Yep.
And she was ranked number 1 coming into the state wrestling meet.
Yep. She is ranked number 1 all year long. And
so Aubrey's got a tough road next year too, unless she one of them changes weight scales.
Oh, from what all the coaches have been saying, that there's about positive that she's bumping up 1 weight class. She's done that every year. So
the other girl?
The other girl, yep. But she's ranked number 2 in the nation, so.
God, yeah, that's right. She was big in the nation. That's right.
Yep.
You did say that. Yep. That's crazy stuff right there. So congratulations to those 2 young ladies.
Yep, but we went out against her and we didn't have any fear in our eyes, and we kind of got after her. And I know she looked at her coaches in between little breaks one time with big wide eyes and
like, what did I get into?
She's like, this girl's no slouch, and came out, kind of gave her a little shock in the first period, and their coaches were a little surprised too, I think, on the aggression, because there's kind of a fear factor when you go out against somebody that good.
Yeah, I would say.
Yep.
And then how many periods did it last? Did it go all 3?
We got to the second period, and she wanted to go down. I figured we'd go on top and try to work for a pin, but she said I can get out, and almost got out, just left her head down a little bit too long. And
yeah. Well, she's had a good year. All right, so now let's talk. First of all, let's talk about Grace, the lone senior that you have, I think, and Grace Kasowski. She was one of the original ones that went to Mike McCall, I guess, years ago, and got the whole program started. So just tell us what Grace has meant to the program here for your last few years of coaching.
Yep. Well, she's basically been the backbone to it with everything. I mean, she went to McCall to help start it, and she's in the school recruiting constantly, just always bugging other girls. Hey, come try wrestling, just always bugging, and
somebody
in the room with the younger girls, she's always helping out and always uplifting everybody.
Might see her next year just as a helper, if you will. Huh?
Yeah, I'm sure
I don't know
if she's back,
to school or whatever, but
if she's back in town, I'm sure
if she's around, she'll
stop
be back.
by.
Oh, I'm sure. And so what do we got looking forward to next year? I mean, I know you've got like 8 or 10 here that are probably coming back. How's the younger coming up? Do you think you got some more coming?
It's a little light on the youth
squad.
It's a little light on the youth side for coming up, but there's a few in there that the ones that are there are going to stay.
Okay.
For the most part, once they kind of get into that 3rd grade, they kind of pick and choose between wrestling and basketball, and so usually you stick with the wrestling. You're most time going to stick with it.
Yep.
So
unless you're unlike Aubrey, she was in basketball and then switched to wrestling last year. So
but that was back when they didn't really have that option. So
yeah, that's true.
Now that these girls are kind of realizing, hey, there is that option of this if I don't like basketball, or if I keep fouling out of games, might be too aggressive for basketball.
Maybe I'm a little too physical for basketball. I should probably try wrestling.
Yep.
You got a couple of those, don't you, Watson?
I would. I'd take a couple girls that get in foul trouble.
And send them over too.
Take a few of those.
I don't know if we've mentioned your assistant coach. Who's your assistant coach?
Madison Gillen.
Give her some credit too, will you?
Yep, she's from Aberdeen Central. She graduated 2 years ago. She was a wrestler for them, and I don't remember all her accolades and stuff.
Yeah.
Made it to state multiple times and placed very high in South Dakota.
Pretty good wrestler in her own right.
Yep.
And that's pretty cool. So
Yep,
that's good to have.
It's very good to have somebody on the opposite gender and stuff to be able to go with those girls and give them a little better feel, and then she's about half the size that I am.
And it probably didn't bother her to get on the mat with some of those girls, where obviously you can't, but you know, you can maybe show something as a hold or anything, but I'm just saying to get down on the mat and wrestle, it's a lot easier for her. So that's pretty. So what's her name? Madison
Gillen.
Gillen, all right.
Yep.
And then I guess that's going to be about it. This is going to be our last time for the season here, Coach.
Yep.
Your last show for us.
Yeah.
Till next year.
Till next year, yep.
All right. BW, you got anything for Coach?
I got one thing.
Go ahead.
He probably doesn't know because he would have been at the state meet, but I was watching some of the state meet on TV, and I kind of felt bad for some of the girls because they would show the podium for the boys and they would announce the boys and they would show the girls on the podium, but you'd never get them hear them announce all of them. So there were like 3 or 4 times where the girls were on the podium and they had either just finished announcing them in the arena so that they didn't really get their name called on TV. So I was a little bit disappointed that you didn't get to hear some of the girls get their name called on TV. I know they did in the arena, but on TV, no.
Not so much.
Not so much. So, but anyway.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah, I was, like I said, I was a little disappointed. But
all right, Coach. Thanks a lot.
Yep,
Appreciate you coming in, and we're going to come back and we'll talk some more wrestling, this time on the boys' side, with Ryan Brandt coming up next. Trayton Hout, head coach of the BW Storm girls wrestling. We'll be right back.
With the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best checking for students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wahpetondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. Your ride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
We offer the greatest broadband that anyone can subscribe to. And that's because of the infrastructure that we have been able to build over the last decade. You know, we're talking 10 gigabit per customer. That's the network we're building. There's days I think about what's the network going to be after I retire, where it continues to evolve. And if it evolves as much as what it has in the last 73 years, we can't even dream what it's going to be in the future.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready this planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Wear Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
Do you experience pain, tingling, numbness, freezing, or burning in the hands and feet? Does your balance feel off? Tired of sleepless nights? You may suffer from neuropathy. Dr. Andrea may be able to help. Neuropathy is a serious disease where nerves begin to break down, leading to balance problems and other complications. Our program addresses the causes, not just the symptoms. See if you qualify for our neuropathy program at Hornstein Family Chiropractic. Schedule a consult with Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic, 701-672-1300. Hornstein Family Chiropractic, where chiropractic care is a family affair.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giant Seeds and Snacks Coaches Show. And it's also brought to you in part by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. And right now we're joined here by head coach of the BW Storm wrestling team, and that is Ryan Brandt. Ryan, thanks for joining us
Thank you
tonight.
for having me again.
I like how you always try and rush me.
Huh?
I like how you try and rush me. I'm like, we're like, let's go. I'm like, I'm already ready. You guys are all talking.
No.
I'm just saying.
You were talking girls' sports. Let's clarify this. You were talking
I was
girls
already ready to go.
Sports with Trayton and Ryan, and I was not a part of that conversation.
That's not my fault.
I was listening. I was paying attention.
Okay. All right. Whatever. I mean, hey, we were ready to go.
But you're the producer, and you're the one that wants to stay on time.
Let's go then. Stop stalling. We're wasting time. Let's go. Let's go.
I can't win. I just can't win. Well, it was a good season, I think, for the BW Storm wrestling squad. I think a sixth-place finish in the EDC. You got to like that a little bit. I know we talked about it last time, too, that's probably where you were going to finish, and you did. So you finished in sixth place here through tiebreakers. And just talk about the season as a whole, and then we'll get into the state wrestling stuff.
Yeah, you know, I thought at the beginning of the year we really had a chance to compete to go to state as a team. You know, with injuries and things like that happened throughout the year, it just didn't kind of line up for us this year, unfortunately. But, you know, I was really happy with how our team ended as a team dual season-wise. We went 3-0 with the last three duels.
Exactly.
We beat some really good teams at the end, and, you know, had we had a dual tournament at the end, I think we would have had a really good chance at making it as a team. But I'm just really happy with how my guys performed at the end. We really started, you know, peaking. I really thought after the Rumble and the Red, our guys really started to turn a corner, and it kind of carried us through the whole way until the end. And a lot of our guys really improved from last year to this year, and even at the beginning of the year, you know, me and Coach Erlandson were talking, you know, at the state tournament about some of our guys and the big jump that they took from where they were at the beginning to where they were doing at the state tournament even. And how much they've improved, and we're just hoping that kind of keeps going into next year now with them.
Yep. And I think it will too, and we'll talk about that here at the end of our conversation. But let's go back to the EDC tournament then. You had some guys qualified pretty well at the EDC tournament, and that was on Valentine's Day, I think, of all days. You know, and that was on Valentine's Day, and you had some guys place pretty well there. And I've got the list, but I'm sure you've got it right in the top of your head too, where everybody.
I think I can remember most of them.
I think you can.
Yeah, we took 12 to the EDC tournament. 9 of them were starters, and then we had 3 backup guys that we entered into the wrestling tournament, mainly for them to try to get some experience for us.
Sure.
You know, we had Scout Kappas and Elijah Roberson, who have been 2 of our backup bigger guys on our varsity squad this year. And bringing both those 2 wasn't necessarily for them to qualify for state, but to give them that feel of what the varsity side of that tournament is like. Just because they both wrestled in the JV portion the day before and did very well. But giving them that varsity experience, because next year, you know, Scout, Ace, Elijah, and Owen Bogenreef, those are the 4 guys that are going to have to replace David, Henry, and Luke up top.
Yeah.
So trying to give them the most experience possible before next year was kind of our goal there. But then, you know, out of our 9 actual starters that we took, 8 of them ended up qualifying for the state tournament, which is really good for us, which is the most I've had in a while qualified for the state tournament. Xander Jensen came in as the 8th seed, ended up placing 6th. He ended up pinning the 4 seed during the tournament. Watson Nagel ended up finishing 5th.
Was that a surprise to you? It was to me when
a little bit.
No knock against Watson. I don't mean it that way, but I mean it kind of surprised me a little bit.
For Xander?
Yeah, no, for Watson.
Oh, Watson.
Yeah.
You know, that 121 pound weight class was one of the harder weight classes. When we went to go seed it the night before, me and the Cheyenne head coach were sitting there, and he had the kids who took 4th and 2nd in the tournament. And we were sitting there. I was like, golly, this is a tough tournament or a tough weight class, because from the third seeded kid down to like the 7th seeded kid, they'd all beaten each other. So Watson had some wins, and he's also lost to some kids in there as well. So 5th place was, you know, where I thought he could end up, but it's also where I thought he could have also wrestled, like, I don't want to say better, because he wrestled really good over the weekend, but, you know, I think he could have placed higher if a couple of those other things would have happened in the matches.
Okay.
You know, they're just all those guys he's wrestled at least once or twice this year. And with him, you know, he wrestles really well, but when guys stop one of his takedowns, then we have to try to develop something else in the match.
Oh, okay.
And that's the thing. After wrestling guys 1 or 2 times, eventually they stop your first takedown. But, you know, he still did really well. I was still really happy with his performance there because, like I said, he beat some really good kids, and then he just had some tougher matches that he had to wrestle through.
Sure.
But his thing, too, I mean, he's only a freshman for us. He's got a lot of growing still as far as a wrestler is, because he's just going to get better. You know, once he develops that other shot and once he, you know, gets a little stronger, he's going to be really tough to beat. And because his technique is really good right now. He's really tough on top. He's really, that single leg he shoots to the left side is really, really good. It's just he struggles when somebody can stop it. But I have all the confidence in the world he's going to keep improving, and he's going to be really good next year for us there. And then Knox Bolte, at 127 pounds, placed 8th.
Yep.
You know, kind of been a kid that he got sick in the middle part of the year. He's been wrestling up weight a little bit throughout the whole year. We were debating going 121, 127 with him. We opted for 27 because he has some wins up there, and it ended up working out for us. He qualified for state up at that weight class. I think he could.
8th grader, right?
Yeah, he's only an 8th grader for us as well. And then our next one was Owen Morse. Came in unseeded, ended up placing 8th as well at 145. 152, Jordan Kappas ended up placing 8th as well. Ended up beating the 7th seed. 7th seed got upset in that first round, so then he actually had to beat a kid that was seated in front of him to go to state. And he was down by, I think, 3 and ended up pinning the kid in the 3rd period. So that was big for him. And then we jump all the way up to David at 189, taking 2nd. You know, wrestled a really good tournament, ran into, you know, the kid from Davies again, who he's always kind of struggled with, #1 kid in state, ended up winning state this year again. But just a kid that technically is really good and really solid and strong. But, you know, David, you know, he doesn't give up. He doesn't ever shy away from those good kids. Usually that's who he wants to wrestle.
Right.
And then Henry Sledadall at 215 took first place, ended up beating a kid he lost to earlier in the year in the finals. And then Luke Anderson was the 4 seed, ended up placing 3rd, pinning another kid from Grand Forks Central that he also had lost to earlier in the year as well.
Yeah.
So overall, a really good EDC for us. And yeah.
Yeah, it was a good EDC. I thought, you know, when I seen those guys that were listed there, but I think one other thing we got to do here too, Coach, is give credit to David Erlinson. I think he was EDC Athlete of the Year.
Yeah, he was
so
EDC
was cool.
Senior Athlete of the Year.
Senior Athlete.
Yeah, voted on by the coaches. You know, I nominated him this year just because of, you know, his character and how he carries himself on and off the mat.
Academics.
And academically, and what he does in all the activities he does outside of just sports. He's part of Mathletes, part of National Honor Society, Student Council, all the things over in Breckenridge. Yeah, band. He's a very busy kid. So I nominated him this year. And he was up against the kid he wrestled against in the EDC finals, Wyatt Kozendowski. And, you know, I thought on paper that, you know, I was right because he ended up winning.
Yeah.
Because how I always approach it is, you know, senior athlete doesn't come down to just the best athlete usually all the time. Because if we went off of just like wrestling ability, like we talked, Wyatt probably beats him off wrestling ability. But when you compile everything else that goes into academics, you know, how you carry yourself on and off the mat and things like that, you know, other coaches see that. And he was fortunate enough that, you know, a lot of coaches respect him in the EDC and voted for him to represent our region.
Congratulations to David on that. That was a pretty cool award to win. So now you go to state and you got 3 guys finish on the podium out there.
Yeah, only 2. We had 2.
Oh, I thought
we only had 2 guys finish podium wise, and then we had 2 make it to the blood
I was
round.
thinking the third was Aubrey, so that's why.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, we had 2 guys finish podium, 2 guys finish blood round. You know, going out to the state tournament, we had 8 qualify. Of those 8, only 3 of them, which is Luke, Henry, and David, are the only 3 that had any experience at the state tournament. And we kind of saw that, you know, the first day. A lot of our newer guys, like, you know, Knox, Watson, Jordan, Owen, those guys, when they got out there right away, it was like, oh, you could see their eyes kind of get big, like maybe a little nerves coming through them a little bit, got to them maybe in some of their matches even. But a lot of that's great experience for them because now they've been there, they've made it there, they've wrestled there.
Yep.
You know, next year when they qualify again, you know, those lights won't be as bright for them.
Yep.
You know, they'll be able to calm themselves before they go out and wrestle.
Rumble on the Red had how many mats?
24.
24 mats.
Mm-hmm.
And here there was 9?
Just 9.
Just 9.
So
just
a lot more compacted, a lot more people just right there watching you.
Wow.
Especially when Class A is only on 3 mats, so all Class A people are watching those 3 mats. So yeah, a little bit more compacted. The feel of it is more like everybody is watching you.
Sure.
But then, yeah, you know, our 2 guys that placed up top were David and Henry. Henry wrestled a really good tournament, came in as the 4 seed, ended up placing 6th. Lost a tough one in the quarters to the 5 seed. And then ended up wrestling his way all the way back to get to that consolation semis and had to go up against the 3 seed in the consolation semis, and he wrestled a tough match. That kid was just a little bit bigger and a little bit longer and lankier for us. It was hard for us to get into him and get to where we wanted to go with him. And then our 5th and 6th place match, we had the kid we beat at the EDC tournament. And it was a close match all the way to the end, and then we ended up giving a takedown up at the end and lost. But Henry, you know, great kid, and he wrestled a really good tournament this week, and I was happy that he was able to make the podium and improve from where he got last year.
Yep.
And then David, you know, probably arguably wrestled, and this is saying a lot because I've seen him wrestle so well. I thought he wrestled the best I've ever seen him wrestle this weekend at the state tournament. Just technically and everything was just so good out there. And obviously that contributed to him getting to his 3rd place. Made the semis, and in the semis he had to go up against the Fargo Davies kid again, but you know, it was a little different this time. David did a really good job at not getting turned. And, you know, we went out there, and, like, before he went out there, I told him he had nothing to lose. Like, you've lost to him twice. Yeah. He's the 1 seed. He's the defending state champion. Like, you have nothing to lose to him this time. Yeah. And, you know, within 5 seconds, David took a double leg shot on him, and I thought David was going to take him down. He was in deep on it, and the kid just turned his hips at the last second and was able to defend it. But, you know, David went after him for 6 minutes, didn't get tech faulted by him, ended up losing 10-0, but it was a full 6-minute match. And, you know, the kid from Davies I respect a lot. He has always treated our kids really well. And him and David always talk when they're at tournaments. They're kind of buddy-buddy.
That's cool.
And he came up and he said that, you know, he respects David a lot and that, you know, he's had a really great tournament, a really great career. He's going to miss wrestling him.
Yeah.
I don't know if David has the same sympathy he's going to miss wrestling him, but he's going to miss him. But then ended up coming all the way back through. Wrestled a really tough match in this 3rd and 4th place match against a kid that we haven't wrestled in 2 years, essentially. We haven't seen him anywhere in 2 years. But it was a back and forth match the whole time, and then David ended up getting a point in double overtime. So, you know, we went all 6 minutes, and then we went another minute and another 2 minutes, and finally David ended up winning.
Wow.
And I'm always okay with David going in those matches because that kid does not tire out whatsoever. So.
Wow. It just has to be a treat for you here to see and be a part of those guys' careers. So,
yeah.
You know, I'm sure it was pretty special to you. And have you had your banquet or your little
No, not yet.
end of the season banquet yet, so I'm sure that'll be a tough night here for the seniors that night.
Yeah, a lot of people were, asking me, are you happy wrestling's done? And I was like, it's bittersweet.
Oh, absolutely.
Just because, wrestling is a long season, just like basketball is. It's a really long season. Get to school and it's dark. I leave, it's dark. I don't see the sunshine very often in the day.
Yeah.
But, at the same time, I look now, it's, I don't have Luke, I don't have Henry, I don't have David coming back next year. And those are guys that, especially David and Henry, who I've had in my program now since they were 8th graders.
Yeah, I was
so
I've seen them
you
every
started
single
coaching
year. How long you got the head?
This is my 7th year.
7th year. So you've
our
had
5th
these
year
guys,
of our co-op.
You've had these guys since they were kids.
Since they were 8th graders. Little guys. Yeah, 145-pound David running around.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's a little bittersweet because those guys aren't coming back. We look at Riley. It's gonna be the same thing with Riley again next year. I had Riley when he was a 7th grader. So, yeah, it's a little tough, but they're gonna go on and do great things when they go to play football next year at NDSCS in Jamestown and Bemidji State. So
they're all gonna do well. There's some fine young men for sure, and the future looks bright for BW Storm Wrestling.
Yeah, we don't lose. I mean, we lose a lot as far as what they are.
Yep.
But we don't lose numbers a lot, and we have, I think, about 4 or 5 incoming 7th graders that we know of, and we always collect a couple brand new kids every year. So, numbers-wise, we're looking good. We're returning 8 of our 13, or actually we're returning 9 of our 13 starters this year or next year, and of those 9, 7 of them qualified for the state tournament, and then we have Tyler to add back in there, we had Riley to add back in there, so 9 of them essentially will be state qualifier kids for us. So that's positive looking at next year.
It is. Future's looking bright for wrestling. Brian, you got anything for Coach before we let him go?
Is there a lot of room for movement, like for a kid who wrestles JV when you have, so much talent or expected qualifiers for state? Or is there a way for a young kid to move up, or how does that work?
Yeah. I mean, like now we go off of like where they weighed this year, and I have expectations of like where they're going to kind of be next year. Hopefully, most kids usually don't jump more than 2 weight classes, unless they're really lifting hard or like eating a lot. They usually don't get terribly much bigger than what they are now. So, new kids coming in or JV guys coming in kind of can see that as well. And the nice thing about like individual wrestling is we're able to enter 2 kids in at a weight class at like EDC. So even if we have 2 kids that are bundled up like Knox and Watson would have been this year,
sure.
We had the chance that we could have entered them both in at 21. But the other thing is like most of our kids, they can tournament wise, they can wrestle the same weight class as a teammate, which is how we get like Scout, Kappas, and like Elijah into some of these varsity tournaments. Is so to give them that experience, we can enter them in. But then for team, we can always bump guys around a little bit to give them a little bit of experience there as well.
I got one last question.
Go ahead.
After state weigh-ins, is there like a mad dash for the buffet for breakfast? Or
So most of our, after that second day, because if you qualified as a team, you still can't really pick out because you got to weigh in one more day.
Yeah.
But, a lot of our guys, like I'll just use David for an example. He wasn't cutting terribly hard this year, and he kind of has a routine that he does even after weigh-ins at state. The second day it was, I'm going to eat my peanut butter bagels with honey on them because that's what his routine is every time. He's like, I might have a banana, I'm going to drink a Gatorade. That's kind of going to be my thing. So that's kind of what he does. But I know like that night after he got his 3rd place medal and they were trying to figure out where to go eat, and they asked him where he wanted to go. I know he probably picked, and he probably ate quite a bit that night. He's not usually one to eat a lot because obviously he doesn't want to be weighted down, but I can almost guarantee he's back in the 200 range right now, not sitting down at 190 anymore.
I bet he is, and I bet he enjoyed it too.
Oh, yes.
So. All right, Coach. Well, we appreciate you coming in this year again.
Yes, thank you guys for having me again.
Thanks for coming in all the time and being a part of the show. And this is your last time, just like Trey's last time. So.
Well, I might have to make one little stop by.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, he will.
Okay. Oh, I got you. I know what that. Okay. All right. We got Grace waiting out there. We better get to Grace. All right. We'll be right back here. Grace Brandt will be here to talk some BW Storm Gymnastics right after this.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fast turnaround, cute designs, and so many options. It's totally made for you. Comfy Vibes Co. Fast, trendy, custom, yours. Check us out at comfyvibesco.com.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with health pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
Every morning, we start our day with a purpose. To care for each other, beyond hospital or clinic walls. Helping people feel seen and heard. Because family, friends, and community mean everything to us.
This is who we are, and this is what we care about.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope, they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
that means all the money that we make,
cha-ching,
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdel Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdelInnovation.com. Comdel Innovation of Wapaton, an employee-owned company.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
Having the right insurance team will change the way you view insurance. Hi, this is Amanda from State Farm. My staff and I believe insurance is a tool that can help you plan for what can go wrong so you can focus and invest in what can go right.
Amanda and her team are dedicated to serving you and the community. They are local, committed, and a trusted insurance team. See why they've been voted Best Insurance Agency 7 years and counting.
Come see us. We'd love a chance to work with you too.
At Smith Motors in Wapaton, our goal is to find the vehicle that fits you, both in lifestyle and budget. Do more with the spacious GMC Acadia, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hardworking GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive experience featuring high-quality service and low-pressure sales. Chevrolet or GMC, the selection is great. And if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Smith Motors, small-town friendly, big-town.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Eggeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wapaton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Well, we're finally back.
You can't blame me for that one.
What do you mean?
You're not blaming me
you
for that one. I was ready to go. That's all
No, I
I'm
don't
saying.
think you were.
I'm just saying.
I
I was ready to go.
I think you had a conversation going on in the green room without me.
I know, but that you didn't need to be involved in that. I can
No,
make
I
stuff
didn't.
work over here, and you can get going.
You
But
could've- yeah, but you had Grace going.
You had to be involved in everything, but that's okay. You had to be involved.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it is also brought to you in part by Red River Communications. We want to thank all of our great sponsors, too. We're getting toward the end of the winter season, and we've had a great season so far, and we've still got, a few games to go, but again, thank all of our sponsors, because without them, this could not be free content to you. All right, now we're joined here by head coach of the BW Storm Gymnastics Squad. That is Grace Brandt. Grace, thanks for coming in again tonight.
Of course, thank you guys for having me.
And we're just running a little behind here, so I appreciate you hanging around.
Of course.
Nothing new. Nothing new.
Well, and I got to start out with a bit of sad news for us. I mean, Three Border Sports, we were going to broadcast the EDC tournament on February 20th. And then you sent me a text a few days before with some sad news.
Yeah, it was really disheartening. On
Yeah,
Thursday,
it was, really.
On Thursday, the week essentially prior to EDC, it would have been February 12th, I got an email at 5:57 p.m. It was like the very tail end of practice. I was about ready to dismiss the girls. And I saw that it came from the Fargo head gymnastics coach, and so I clicked on it. I thought it might be a question about schedules for EDC or number of entries. And it was just kind of a funky email that, thanks for a great season. My girls don't want to compete anymore. We're calling our season as of tonight. Congrats, you guys are default EDC champs. Good luck at state. And
it was that succinct. I mean, it was just...
Correct. Yep.
Wow.
It was one brief paragraph.
Wow.
And it was really defeating and disheartening to
I'm
read
sure.
because when we talk about high school sports, we have to rely on other schools and programs in order to exist. And that's not unique just to gymnastics. I mean, if all of a sudden, you have 5 coaches who are looking at the end of their season thinking, we don't have a shot at playoffs, I don't have a super strong team, I'm tired, it's winter coaching season, it's a long season, like Ryan was saying, we have more days where we don't see the sun than we do.
Mm-hmm.
It was just frustrating with kind of the way the towel was thrown in. And that left us really scrambling. So I had to work quite closely with the state. I mean, within minutes, by 6:02 was our timestamp, I had an email into our state representative, Justin Fletchock at NDHSAA, asking, what are our options? Can we do a single team meet? Can I, find a different team from Minnesota or South Dakota? Can we go to WDA? What does this look like? Because gymnastics is like other high school sports, where we vote on all conference. We have, region coach of the year, senior athlete of the year.
Yeah.
But our region meets are what we would call a pseudo region meet. It's not sponsored by NDHSAA. It has to be regulation, but it doesn't determine your ranking for state in the same way that like play-in games would determine ranking for basketball or for football. So we were trying to game plan options, and even during COVID, schools were told, nope, you can't do a single squad meet. Doesn't matter if you have 4 judges. Doesn't matter. We understand gymnastics is an individual scored sport. But you have to compete against someone. And so our activities director had sent an email into state as well, just kind of voicing his concerns, that we were put in this position at no fault of our own. We have a very lively and thriving program, so just kind of looking for options. And the state said we could host an inter-squad meet where my one JV student would compete on one event and have to compete against her 9 teammates, which is also very frustrating and defeating. Like, imagine being that student, right? It's not going to be a positive experience. You're in your home gym, and it's not going to feel like a meet. The mindset doesn't reflect a meet. The judges don't really feel like they're there necessarily judging a true meet. It lacks the competition aspect. And so we reached out to WDA and we asked, can we go to Jamestown? We understand it's basically going to be a baby state because all of the teams in state will be there competing on the same night. But could we do it? And the big question was, how would scoring work? So again, we had to reach out to state, and state said they would just parcel us out onto 2 different score sheets for EDC purposes and WDA purposes.
Okay, so anytime the BW girls went up on an event,
we were competing,
that was scored separately?
Yep, scored separately.
Okay. All right.
So we walked out of the WDA EDC joint meet in Jamestown last Friday, and essentially every girl placed on an event because they placed top 15 for gymnastics. But it was frustrating to be put in that situation. I think the girls really made the best of it, and I will say the most incredible thing of the entire situation was the way the coaches around the state showed up for me as a head coach, for my girls, for the program within the state, reaching out and sending supportive text messages, asking, what can their ADs do to help advocate for us, that they would love to see us at the meet, that they feel like this is going to produce more legitimate scores, it would be better for the girls. And there was a really important question that came about in our coaches group message from the head coach at Dickinson, and she's been coach of the year for umpteen years. She's an incredible woman. And amidst all of the chaos of the situation, she goes, has anyone asked what the girls want? And have you been given an opportunity to share what the girls want?
Speaking of your girls.
Speaking of my girls, of my team.
Yep.
And that brought so many things back to home, that this is for the kids. We're trying to provide opportunity. And if what the decisions are not going to provide opportunity for the girls, then it's not in their best interest. To see other people from 6 hours away in a different time zone support and advocate for my girls and my program and our future, that was really meaningful.
That was very cool and very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, very nice of the Dickinson coach to do that. My question through this whole conversation, and you explained it pretty well, but my question through this, and I don't know if I'm going to word this right, but I'm just going to say it. Are there any repercussions against the Fargo squad for dropping out at the last minute like that? I mean, say what you can. Don't say anything that you don't want to say.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it was another one of those kind of frustrating, defeating moments. Everyone seemed so blasé about the entire situation, whether it was the coach, administrators, the state board. It was just kind of like, well, they don't want to do it, so how are we going to make them do it? To which I had responded that in my coaching contract, it says, I am responsible for coaching through the end of the season. And NDHSAA has determined that our season runs all the way up until state because our regions are not considered post-season. It's not a true East versus West setup. So I felt like if I were maybe to be in that situation and say, you know, it's not looking great, I have a small team this year, I'm ready to be done, the girls are ready to be done, ultimately my administrators could come back to me and say, nope, you're on contract for one more week. You have to see this through. We paid you for this. But that really comes down to districts and administration and their call on how they want to enforce or interpret. But even like the semantics of that aside, when I think about high school sports, yes, it's about providing opportunity, but what are the core ideals of NDHSAA and high school sports and athletics and activities? To create leadership opportunities, to provide team building opportunities, to instill responsibility and accountability, to create communication. It's based on teamwork, and that teamwork extends to coaches and to regions. And I just felt like maybe that was undermined.
I mean, there's so many questions here, Grace, that I'd love to ask, but I'm just going to ask one final one concerning this whole thing. Before we get to your EDC WDA meet, what's going to happen next year? Do we know? Is there a clue?
That's a really good question. And if I had $1 for every time we got that question, funding might not be an issue. But I would say I'm hoping to have a much clearer picture after our state coaches meeting on Saturday morning in Dickinson. It sounds like Watford City actually has filed as of this week for their gymnastics program to start, and that they have their official vote on it on Friday afternoon.
And they don't currently have
They
one?
don't currently have a program, so it would be a new team in state, and that would push us back up to 12 active teams in the state. Which kind of moves us into a little safer position in terms of all of this jargon and rhetoric being thrown around about sunsetting the sport and the future of the sport. We had a really interesting conversation at our last state coaches meeting, and of the 35 plus years that NDHSAA has recognized gymnastics as a high school sport, we have had fewer years at 12 teams or more than we have at 11 teams and less. So as a rules committee representative, my argument going into the state coaches meeting is if the state has let this go for over 19 years at 11 teams or less, then they've set the precedent that they're willing to support and sponsor this activity at that threshold. Now, don't get me wrong, if we dip to 10, maybe 9 teams, that's a different conversation.
So, are you on the rules committee, you said?
I am, yep, I'm the Eastern
representative.
representative.
Okay, now I got to ask another question, Brian.
Rules.
I'm sorry here, but I'm going to drag this out a little more. Is there possible realignment? No more EDC and no more WDA? There's maybe an East and a West. I mean, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Is that possible?
That's something that's been thrown out at every state coaches meeting for the last 4 years that I've been coaching, and I don't see the West wanting to dissolve their region or trying to realign their region. Even though we don't host a true region tournament in the same way that other sports and activities do, the awards that are tied to those region meets are really important because they do create our ballot for state. The senior athlete from each region, the all-conference team from each region, the coach from each region moves forward on that ballot for the state ballot. So I see them wanting to keep it for those reasons particularly. In terms of season scheduling, it's not like other sports as well, where you need so many conference meets in order for it to count. A meet is a meet. And in gymnastics, we could go to Montana, Minnesota, Iowa, or South Dakota, and it would count the same as if we went to Fargo or Jamestown.
So that might be what happens next year. You're scheduling some different meets somewhere else. But it'll all determine after the completion of the state tournament is what
Correct.
you're saying.
Yep, and even at our state tournament, we are creating our schedule for meets next year. So we'll already know our meet schedule for next season.
Wow. You got anything before I move on to the tournament they were just at there, B-Dub? You want to ask
I
anything?
just think it's unfair to some of those athletes that don't get to participate. So.
I can't imagine.
I'm curious of where are all the teams at? I know Bismarck has a team, but does Jamestown have a team? Jamestown has a team, right? So where are the other teams that make up that 11 teams or whatever it is?
For sure. Northwest Stars is out of Stanley, Ray, Tioga, Williston area.
Yeah.
Then we have Dickinson.
Yeah.
Minot is still co-opted between North and South, although if things continue to look lively and promising, they could split in the next 3 to 5 years and become 2 teams. There are actually 3 teams in Bismarck. Century, Legacy, and Bismarck High are 3 unique teams. They share a coach and they practice together, but they're listed from a state standpoint as 3 unique teams. And then we have Jamestown, Wapaton, and then we have Fargo still as well.
So you really are kind of locked in the East with Fargo. Like Grand Forks doesn't have a team, Devils Lake doesn't have a team.
Yep.
I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. It's just nuts.
Yeah,
That's
Mandan
absolutely
has
crazy.
a program, and Mandan's program's looking really solid too.
Yeah.
But if we could add Watford City, it would be another great opportunity. Granted, it's in the West, it's on the far opposite side of the state. But in our season, we already traveled to Minot. We already traveled to Dickinson.
I was just going to say,
our
you put
season
how many,
schedule really doesn't change next
yeah,
year.
you put how many
regardless.
thousands of miles on just traveling this
Right,
year?
right. And I know Jamestown is in the WDA and everything else, but why couldn't they be with you in Fargo?
That's a great question, and I asked that question perhaps a bit too naively my first year coaching at our state coaches meeting, and I was told that it was just such a headache for administration to try to schedule one sport differently in a different region than it was to keep them in all in the same.
Stop
is right.
Yep.
Come
Yep.
on.
Stop it.
All right, let's talk about the meet that you guys traveled to at the WDA. I saw there were some personal bests again, I think.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity for us to compete against other teams and to keep that competition mindset. It was also really beneficial for us to see the judging that we would see at the state level. A lot of the judges that are judging at regions will go on and judge at the state meet. It was harder judging overall, I would say kind of the toughest judging that we've seen this year, but just having to remind the girls that at this point of the season, we should be ready for tough judging. I think we responded really well. Collectively as a team, we really struggled on beam. Beam scores across the meet were a little bit lower. I think it was just some really critical judging happening, but at least it was consistent across teams.
Yeah.
Elise pretty much swept every category in first place, but it was exciting to see some of our middle schoolers. We have some really great potential lying in our current 7th graders. So Lily Rickamoto is a 7th grader, and she placed second on 2 events, and then Lexi Vermillion, who's a current junior, as well. She, from Rossholt, she also placed second on 2 events. So kind of seeing some of those younger kids have an opportunity to place because it was just our team that was given placements for EDC. That was really fun. Our team score was 110, so not much off from what it's been since Justice has been out for the season with a couple of injuries. But I appreciate that everyone's making the most of the opportunities presented. Because next year, we'll have some big shoes to fill. We'll have underclassmen that need to step up into some of these larger scoring roles, and they have an opportunity to compete and try to score in a real meet setting.
And I think you ended up coming out of there with a couple of all EDC.
Correct. Yep. The West Region had asked, you're able to nominate 8 people. They're like, are you going to put 8 of your 10 girls on this? And I said, no. I don't want to necessarily devalue the all conference in that way.
Good for you.
So I had just nominated both Justice Christian and Elise Scoville for our all conference, and then they'll move forward to the all state ballot. And Justice was able to be nominated because she had competed a majority of the season.
Sure. So that's good for her too.
Yeah.
So, all right. So the state meet is where and when?
It is in Dickinson. It's this Friday and Saturday. We leave tomorrow at 4 o'clock to head out to Dickinson.
Are you driving?
I am driving. Yep.
Are you just taking the 2 or is the whole team going?
We are taking the whole team. So you have 6 entries and then alternates. And we don't have 6 all-arounds that are going to be our top scorers in every event. So you get kind of strategic with who's competing on what events on team day on Friday. But you also have to have alternates. And even like as of today at practice, we were looking around and thinking, we might need an alternate on an event or 2. And so everyone is still practicing. Everyone is packing their competition Leo and warm-ups. You might not know until 30 seconds before you're competing that you have to compete. If someone goes down in a warm-up, that's why alternates exist.
Yeah. Whew. How about that, B-Dub?
That's a lot.
I'm telling you.
It's a lot.
You've had a lot in the last couple of weeks. I mean, you sent me that text, and it was like, well, that sucks for us because we weren't able to do the broadcast. But then I started thinking, that's got to suck for you. I mean, and the team and the girls. And you just explained it so well, but it just, that's a bad deal.
We were looking forward to doing it.
We were.
That's for sure. So, and we are. We're going to figure out a way to do one next year, too, for sure.
We
So
will.
we're going to put it on the schedule right away.
Yes, we will.
Yeah, and I'll be able to let you guys know those dates Saturday afternoon after we set our schedule. But the girls were looking forward to it, and I get, an inter-squad meet, it'd be like live streaming our practice. It just wouldn't be incredibly engaging. And I don't know that the girls would have even maybe been as energetic
probably
in that setting as they otherwise would have been at a traditional meet. I think the most important thing, though, amidst all of this is that the responsibility of a coach is to come in and be a thermostat, right? Like you set the expectation, you set the tone, you set the mood, and you ask others to rise to that occasion. If you are being reactionary and letting them affect you and be the thermometer, everyone can just drop really, really quickly in terms of energy and spirits. And I just wanted to try to, keep the girls as excited as possible and as energized as possible, trying to keep the momentum moving, even though for 5 days we had not a clue where we would compete or how we would compete.
Well, kudos to you as a coach. I think it would be a very tough situation to handle, and it sounds like you handled it very well and very professionally. And I think the West regards you very highly the way it sounds, so that's pretty cool. So
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, Grace Brandt, head coach of the BW Storm Gymnastics squad. They're going to state.
Yep, state as a team for the first time in 3 years since the first year I coached, and then Elise Scoville will compete on individual day in the all-around and all 4 events.
All right, we're looking forward to hearing back from you. Maybe we'll see you next week.
Absolutely.
All right, Grace Brandt, head coach of the BW Storm Gymnastics team. Good luck to her. We got Adam Wertzimer. We're going to talk some hockey coming up right after this.
We know switching banks takes time. But what if we told you that at Bell Bank, we have a team that knows you by name?
Worth it.
Or real people that answer the phone within 22 seconds.
Worth it.
A bank that you can trust that will never hit you with sneaky fees?
It's so worth it.
Switch and see why Bell Bank is worth it. Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Minn Kota Ag Products has helped farmers with all their agricultural needs as the farming industry has expanded. They provide farmers with all their chemical, fertilizer, seed, grain, and elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. Proud to be a partner in your operation since 1941. Download the MKAP Grower 360 app from your app store today to see current market prices, your tickets, and any essential information for your operation. Thanks for all your hard work.
At Interstate Engineering, we're more than engineers and surveyors. We're partners in building stronger communities. For 50 years, we've partnered with communities across the Great Plains region, from airports to water systems, transportation to recreation. Our team delivers innovative solutions with integrity, loyalty, and a passion for helping others. Interstate Engineering, improving life, one community at a time.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
Well, actually, it was 8:20. I did ask him to come in at 8:20.
I want to know, well, when you're talking, how are you waiting on me? I don't understand.
Did you not see that?
You're
Adam?
talking,
He was talking over there behind the
trying to
camera.
figure stuff out, and then I say, "You ready?" You go, waiting on you. You're over there talking. I was ready to go.
Hey,
Adam, you don't know
I'm
what
always
happens.
trying to have your back.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, I
how
know.
it is.
Everybody, whatever.
I mean, come on. Somebody's got to look out for me.
Welcome back to the Giants Coaches Show, everybody, and it's brought to you in part by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. And we're going to talk some BW Blades hockey right now. And unfortunately for the Blades, the season is over, but we're going to talk about a few things before we get to that there, Coach, and we'll look forward to next year, of course.
Thanks for having me on. And when I'm sitting in the green room, I ask Yards, what was he doing Sunday morning?
What was Yards doing Sunday morning?
Yep. He was sleeping.
Yeah.
So we had.
He didn't. I bet you I was watching the men's hockey game.
He watched the women's hockey game.
I watched the women's too.
He didn't watch the men's. He watched the women's.
Yeah, I was still sleeping.
46
Yards.
years. He can wait another 46 years.
Yeah,
is
you
what
can
we
wait
said.
another 46. That was a good game, wasn't it? Wasn't that fun?
It was really fun. I think it's it made our season being over easier when you have some hockey to fall back onto, right?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. Okay, now I'm going to go way back here. The 1980 team, and I helped with a good friend of mine up on the farm, and about 1990-ish, mid-90s maybe, Dave Christian worked for us on the farm.
Oh, really?
And so I got to know Dave Christian, so that was pretty special. He was
Why are
from
you
the
always
road.
name dropping?
Huh?
Why are you always
Because
name
that was pretty
dropping?
cool. I mean, it was, how many people have ever met Dave Christian?
We already know
He
everybody.
knows the name. I bet you didn't even know his name.
They make sticks, dude. I know what's going on.
Make sticks.
Isn't it the craziest thing that the U.S. has won 3 gold medals in hockey?
And there's been someone from Warroad on every team.
Yep.
You didn't know that?
I did too.
No, you didn't. No,
I
you
did
didn't.
too. The Nelson family.
I'm a great
How about
sports
that?
mind. I'm just telling you.
Right?
I'm
Yeah.
not
Nelson
limited to
family.
basketball.
Well, it's the
I'm
Christian
just saying.
family. It is.
Well, he's a Nelson that was on it this year.
Right, but he's a Christian.
He's a Christian.
Is he a Christian?
Yeah, that's.
No, see,
Come
I
on,
did
kid.
not.
Come on, kid. You
I
got to get
did
with. You
not
got to get
know
with.
that.
You got to do some research.
He's related
You
to
got to start.
Christians?
You got to start reading books on the outside.
So his uncle's Dave.
Really?
And then his grandpa was on the 1960s.
Yeah.
So, and I think that was Bill Christian or something like that. So.
Okay.
We got stuff.
It's a Nelson.
We got stuff.
Well, see, I knew it was a Nelson.
It's
And I
all
knew
right.
there was 3 generations of War Road families, but I didn't realize it was out of the Christian
Oh
family.
yeah, it's all they're the royal, they're the gold, the
Yeah,
gold line.
they
family.
are the gold standard, my friend. Royalty.
Very cool. Very cool. No,
Anyways, we get down to
Yards, you
business
missed it. Let's see. Where do we go back to here, Coach? Let's go back to the final win of the season here for you. You got a win against River Lakes, and you played that down in Paynesville. It was a nice win for the Blades, a 5-3 win going into the playoffs.
Yeah, that was a really fun game, and that's a team where we played tight. Won our first game of the year. Then the second game, they kind of took it to us and beat us 10-1.
Oh yeah.
So whenever you can flip a score like that and have it go in your favor, and obviously we lost them earlier in the season this year, but I think that's the first time we ever beat River Lakes in our program's history. So that was really fun. And it was our last game of the season, and it was funny, kind of reminiscing with our senior group this year. We have 10 seniors, and when they were freshmen, they came up to the high school program, and our freshman and sophomore seasons of those guys, I think after Christmas, we were the senior night game for almost every away team that we went to.
Oh no, really?
So then all the guys, I'll always be standing outside the locker room door and wait, and all of a sudden the coach will come up, or their AD, and say, hey, I just want to let you know, tonight's senior night. And all the guys, after that happens 4 or 5 times, you're like, why are we always senior night, And then that happened to us that game, and we had a good season up to that point. So the guys, I don't think that was our first night. We were senior night this year. So the guys were like, yeah, we're gonna try and spoil this, and that's what we did. We spoiled senior night for them. So that was fun. That kind of made a feather in the guy's hat.
I was going to say that's kind of a nice little get back on that one. So,
right.
So good for you guys.
But yeah, in that game we started really fast. We got 3 goals in the first period there, 2 goals in the first 3 or 4 minutes. So when you start fast like that, you got confidence, and you just have a little more of a hop in your step.
Yeah, it's got to be fun, and like I said, it was your final regular season game, and at that point in time, you probably had your Section 6A standings already. They were a 5A squad, so it might have helped you a little bit there in your QRFs or whatever you got. Do you guys go by QRFs?
No, it's all
too?
coaches' vote.
It's all
So that
coaches.
morning,
that's right. It was coaches' vote because that's why you couldn't make it last week.
Yeah, that morning, or whatever, the 2 weeks ago. But the morning. That morning, Friday morning, we knew we were going to Northern Lakes.
Okay.
So we had 2 games earlier that week. We played Fergus Falls on Tuesday. We played Little Falls Thursday, and those were 2 section games. And had we got that win against Fergus Falls, which we lost to them in overtime on that Tuesday, that probably would have got us up to the 6 or the 5.
It wouldn't have had to see Northern Lakes.
Right. Then we're either going to Fergus or going to probably Little Falls.
So when I look at the Section 6A standings here, you finished in 7th, according to that. Why did you have to play the 2 team and not somebody else? What happened to the 8 and 9?
So 8 and 9 played a playing game.
Oh, is that what it was?
To get to 8 teams.
Okay.
So Wadena and Morris would have played the Saturday before our Tuesday game.
Gotcha.
And then they got,
That's
one of
how
them
it
earned the right to go play Sartell as the 1 seed.
The Lucky Dogs. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sartell's pretty good.
Yeah, they're having a good season. So.
Yeah. Okay, so you did travel to Breezy Point there for that game against Northern Lakes, and it was a tough one for the Blades.
Yeah,
they're the number 2 team in the section.
They went to state last year,
Yeah.
and they returned a lot of players. We hung with them, but it just, when it gets to that single elimination, and you got one game, you got to limit your mistakes.
Yeah.
And we made too many mistakes, and they end up in your back of your net, and then your season's over. And that's the way it is.
That's tough.
I think anytime you get in that position where, you're in that single elimination format, you got to be at the top of your game. And even teams that you'd think would go to state, they fall under that pressure, and all of a sudden, a bad goal given up by the goalie, or not defending the right way, or missing an opportunity to score, that can turn the tide, and that's how it goes. I think after the first period is 1-0, after 2 periods is 3-0, and we had some good opportunities. If a couple of those would have went, you're playing differently, right?
Did they have Hallenbach in the net, or who did they have?
Yeah.
See, I knew that name, Watson.
Stop.
Hallenbach?
Stop it.
Okay. I'm kidding.
No, that's fine. No, they got a good goaltender, and their group is mostly juniors, so we're going to be seeing them next year. So it's going to be we're going to have to get a big off season in.
We had 10 seniors.
Yep.
Can you name them all? I don't want to put you on the spot.
I could name them all.
Okay, let's recognize those guys.
All right, so we got Isaiah Brushert.
Yep.
He was our captain.
Yep.
We got Kai McDonald.
Yep.
And then we got Mikey Peterson.
And these guys, right now, and I'm just cutting you off at 3, but those 3 guys have been playing a long time. Like you said, you brought them up as freshmen pretty much.
Yeah, well,
you almost had to.
we were at that time, we didn't have a Bantam program, so we kind of did we did a bridge where they played 1 year Bantams, and then their second year Bantams, they came up to varsity JV to allow us to have a JV varsity team and a Bantam team.
Okay, so Mikey and Kai and Isaiah.
Yeah, then Kaysen Pinsino,
a
baseball player, and then Xander Clinert.
Yeah.
And then I think Luke Craig.
Yep.
Oh, I think we're at 6 now, right?
Yep, you're at 6.
And then we're at Charlie Malmberg.
Okay.
Wyatt Stav.
Yeah.
Geez, who am I missing here now?
Yes, I was afraid to put you on the spot.
Josh Hoffman.
Oh, yeah.
That's 9, right?
I forgot that, yeah.
I'm missing a
Forgot
10th
Josh.
here. Let's see, out of the forwards, I just got to think back here. Kaysen Xander. Brennan Ritter. There's the 10.
There you go.
So,
I'm sorry I put the pressure on you there.
No,
again,
I should be able to ravel those off. But
you had the good run last year at the end of the season in the sections, and I think everybody was hoping for a little more. But
yeah, I mean, I
when
would
you go up
definitely
against the number 2 seed and they went to state last year, it's a little tougher road.
Yeah, and we kind of put ourselves in that position. 3 games that really came back to bite us were the early game against Wilmer.
Okay.
That was a section game. We only played them once, so you win that one, it's great. You lose, there's no way to say at the end of the season, well, we beat them on the second half,
Gotcha.
Then the 2 losses against Prairie Center. I mean, if you mirror the 2 years, from a regular season standpoint, we had 1 more win this year than we did last year.
Yeah.
We had 3 wins against teams we've never beaten
Well,
this
that's
year.
good.
Grafton is a program we've never beaten for, River Lakes, and then Little Falls. But last year against Prairie Center, in the regular season, those are 2 games we won in overtime. So those were tight games, and then they were 1-goal losses this year.
That's true.
So
Yep.
if we win at least 1 of those Prairie Center games or 2, then we're probably a 5 or maybe even a 4. So that's the margin that it gets to be when you want to be competitive.
Yep.
And seeds 3 through 7 in our section were really tight. A lot of teams beat. We kind of had everyone beat everyone for a bit there, and but we still had a lot of things that I haven't seen from our team. In my years coaching, this year's the first year we scored more goals than we gave up.
Yeah.
Overall, the whole season,
Yeah.
we got more shots than we'd given up. So that just shows. In almost every game we were in, we were competitive.
That's true.
There was no 10-0.
There were no blowouts.
11-1 or anything like that. They're all competitive games. So if you think about the totality of the season, this is probably the season where we had the most competitive hockey minute after minute in every game.
I would agree with that statement, yes.
You know, we didn't have those games that were 10-0 with 10 minutes in the third. We had 1 to 2 goal games every game, and when you're
or overtimes.
Or overtime. So then you think about it that way, every 51 minutes we were right there.
Yeah.
You know, so we're still learning as a program how you got to play and how you play consistently. But we had many guys take steps beyond the years they had last year. I think Easton, Nepple, Jackson, Lopez, Grayson Casti, Josh Hoffman, I mean, they all had 10-point improvements in their production over last year, you know.
And a couple of those guys you just mentioned there are coming back next year for you.
Well, yeah, exactly. You know, we're going to return a lot of points from our junior line that we had, and then, you know, Kale had a great year. And
I was just going to ask if Kale was going to come back in the net next year.
Yeah, and he, I think he's our overall saves leader.
Yeah.
I want to say he's 1 win away from being the wins leader in our program history. So we're, you know, there's a lot of positives. You know, I wish we could have got to that 6 or 5 seed and had a little easier first round game, but you know, we accomplished a lot, and we played well.
Do you expect the section like Sartell and some of those guys? You expect them to be good again next year too?
Yeah, Sartell. I mean, a couple of their horses are juniors this year too.
Just
so
reload.
Northern Lakes and Sartell are going to be there. But you know, every year is different, and we have a good second-year group of Bantams coming up.
Yeah,
that will kind of come in and be JV players, and we'll see if anyone can give any varsity, you know, contribute to our varsity program. But you know, I was just talking on the front end, on the back end. You know, Matt Peterson had a really strong season. You know, he's played a lot of varsity for us. You know, Luke Craig played some good minutes for us. Josh Hoffman, you know, he had a good year.
Yep.
Charlie Ekron really made a big step. You know, he's kind of he's a bigger guy on the back end there, so his skating is a lot better. His puck skills have really came along, so him being a senior next year, he's really gonna flourish. And then we had a sophomore who stepped in on the back end, which I think it's the toughest for a player to step in as a D-man, because you're having to defend against the top forwards of another team, right? And that's just a different animal. And Jackson Brewer really stepped up and had a really good year for us. So, you know, we graduate Luke Craig and Josh Hoffman off our, you know, kind of the mainstays on the back end for varsity, but we're going to return 3 of those defensemen next year. So,
good.
And I think you know, like you said, I think we wanted more in the postseason. I think this is going to drive us this off season where we didn't get to probably where we wanted to be. You know,
like you said, if we can get to that 3, 4, 5 seed somewhere in there and get a little better first round game.
I mean, I know our guys will always remember that memory of having that home playoff game. Like, there's nothing better than that. So I think we'll get back on the tracks and get back on track for working for earning that again.
I hope you do. B-Dub, you got anything for Coach?
You lose 10 seniors. Like, is that difficult to replace? Like, I know you have a lot of scoring coming back.
Yeah.
But where's the program at as far as, like, what does that do for numbers? Like, how much effect are those 10 seniors going to have, you know, on next year?
Well, you know, when we get back and, you know, we got all of our nameplates in the locker room, and you go around all the seniors and you tear them off.
Yeah.
And then you look around the locker room and be like, that's a lot of holes in the locker room all of a sudden, that kids aren't going to be there. And, you know, I would say there's a few that played a lot of JV, you know, but you have to have that. You know, if you don't have enough kids for JV, you know, there's a big hole there for kids who you're either playing varsity or you're not playing at all.
Right.
You know, so I think these guys, they kind of paved the way for the program. You know, a lot of them played 4 years of JV and varsity, and they did things the right way, and they improved year after year, which is a big thing. So we're lucky we have 8 coming up from the Bantams.
Yeah.
And then Nolan Casti was one who blew out his knee in the football season.
Oh, that's right.
So
I forgot that.
We're getting him back. So
that's right.
we're going to get 9 back who will be able bodies to replace those.
Sure.
But you know, the Isaiah Brushurts and Kai McDonald's,
the ice time that they've had,
yeah,
is going to be,
and just what they brought to the team from maturity level. You know, they're good kids. They're our captains, and Michael Peterson. They're good guys to have around the locker room. So, And, you know, beyond the hockey, it's funny, after every season ends, it's like 4 o'clock comes by and you miss your guys, being with them every day. And those are definitely guys. This is kind of the first group that kind of started with me, you know.
Yeah.
They've always been there
Yeah.
for me when I was as a coach. So it'll be interesting, but you know, we'll make it.
This is year number 4, 3.
This is my 5th year.
5th year.
Yeah. So they would have came in when I'm my second year there, and but very appreciative of everything they did.
Yep. Wow. All right, Adam. Again, a pretty good year for the BW Blades, but I think there's bright things ahead too.
Yeah, I'm happy that we had an 11-win season and we still want more.
Good for you.
You know, so that's definitely a standard that we want to keep.
All right.
So
good for you, Adam Wertzema, head coach of the BW Blades hockey team, and appreciate you coming in. We'll see you next season.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right, Adam Wertzema. All right, we're going to come back here. We'll talk to the coach himself, the Lady Huskies basketball coach, that is, Brian Watson, right after this.
Primary care mean to us? At Sanford Health, it means being there when and where you need it most. It means building a relationship, because when a provider really knows you, they can deliver the best care for every aspect of your health and your life. So what does primary care mean for you? It means understanding your health for today and for where you're headed next. It means a lifetime of care for a lifetime of you.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
Give them the freedom to grow with the peace of mind of security and safety.
Let me do my thing. So get ready, get up, get ready, yeah.
America's Best Checking for Students from Bell Bank makes it easy to let them do their thing.
It's what it's all about.
Visit www.bell.bank/student-checking to learn more. Or stop into a branch near you to open an account today.
Let me do my thing.
Bell Bank, member FDIC.
Wapaton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wapaton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wapatondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. Your ride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
We offer the greatest broadband that anyone can subscribe to. And that's because of the infrastructure that we have been able to build over the last decade. You know, we're talking 10 gigabit per customer. That's the network we're building. There's days I think about, what's the network going to be after I retire? Where it continues to evolve, and if it evolves as much as what it has in the last 73 years, we can't even dream what it's going to be in the future.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready. Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications, Cable Channel 28. Red River Communications is internet With a human touch.
You got to remember that you can't start talking till the music stops.
Did I start before the
Chad,
music
why do
stopped?
I have to keep giving him instruction?
Yeah, I've heard that many times.
Right?
Music stops, then you can speak.
Right. He starts talking, music's still going, like nobody can hear him. He doesn't understand that. I'm director, I'm producer.
Hello.
I mean, it's all right. So,
Oh, gosh.
it's all right.
Well, it's a good thing you only own 50% of the company, so you can't fire me.
Well, I suppose I could. I mean, I could. Is a coup? Could I do that?
You could have a
Hostile
coup.
takeover. What can I do?
But write a check to me first, though, will you?
I guess you get half. I don't know.
Hey, I got to say, here's the Kiwanis pancake feed. I forgot to mention that earlier.
Yeah, you did.
The Kiwanis pancake feed is on Saturday, March 7th, 7:30 to 12:30, 7:30 a.m. I won't be there at 7:30 to have a pancake. But 7:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Wahpeton Community Center. Tickets are just $8.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be playing a game that day.
I'm sure you are.
I am. I'm hoping to be
So
playing a game that day.
the
So
Kiwanis, they donate a lot of money and help serve a lot of things for the kids. So, what's that, Chad?
Well, you state championship game, wouldn't it? No?
what day
March
is
7th.
it? That's Saturday, right?
March 7th.
Is that
That'd be state
Saturday?
championship.
Yes, that's championship Saturday. Yes.
Yeah.
I hope to be playing a game that day.
Yeah, I hope you are.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to talk some Lady Husky basketball now after the Kiwanis pancake feed.
Okay.
And let's talk to the head coach of the Lady Huskies, and that's Brian Watson, B-Dub. Welcome aboard.
How did we get so late?
I don't know, but it was fun. I had a lot of fun tonight.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. And, you know, Bogey wasn't even here.
Well, we'd be 11 o'clock midnight if Bogey was here. I mean, I see he's trying to take my job too.
Yeah, he took your job over
Yeah,
the
I
game
see
last
that.
night.
Yeah.
And he did pretty darn good.
I know, but we're not paying him.
No.
Okay, just as long as he knows that.
No, he knows.
He can do it for free.
Yeah, I told him I was going to give him yards check, and he didn't want to.
Yeah, you don't want that mess.
He didn't want to have yards check.
Yeah.
He said, "Make sure."
This is how we
yards
get behind. This is how we get behind.
Okay. All right,
just
Lady
saying.
Huskies basketball. I'm just going to talk about the two tournament games. Is that all right? That's
Yeah.
two games to talk about, and then
I'm
we'll
okay
talk
with
about
that.
the third one that's going to happen tomorrow night.
We can do that.
So the first round game is a 3 seed here. The Wahpeton Lady Huskies take on Northern Cass, and it was a 65-48 victory. But
what?
It wasn't as easy as it looks, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Because the first half, you were down by 13.
Correct.
My friend.
I think. I don't know. I mean, I've talked to a couple people about this. They asked what happened or whatever, and you know, and I don't want to keep saying that we're a young team, but we are a young team. We do have 3 seniors, but the core of our minutes goes to players who fall into that C squad category.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yes, we have players on our team who have played some varsity basketball, but they have not been the spotlight players, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And to come into the region tournament and be, the spotlight players when you're an 8th grader or a sophomore or even a senior who has a larger role than they had in the past, it's different. Okay. And we tried to explain to our girls that, that first round game, that quarterfinal game, without trying to put too much emphasis on it, but the message has to be delivered that, hey, you if you don't win this game, your season is over.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have to play with that mindset, and it's a different level that you have to play at. Okay. And I think our girls understood that message, right? But what I don't think they understood is that the team that you're playing, they're in the same boat as you. So they are going to play like their season is on the line as well. So what I feel like, I think we just didn't understand that. I think we looked at it as, we beat this team by 20 points, both times. We're going to go in here. We're going to be able to do whatever we want to do and win the game. Not the case.
Nope.
Not the case.
Because this team, and they were the number 6 seed tonight.
Correct. Right.
Or, Monday night.
Monday night.
They were the number 6 team. And in the previous 2 years to that, they were the number 6 team. And what did they do then?
They so Northern Cass the previous 2 years in Division A.
Yeah.
They
as the 6th seed.
Well, they weren't 6 seed both years. They're 4 seed 1 year, 6 seed 1 year.
Okay.
But they have been in the state. They have been in Region 1 championship game both years.
Yep.
Yeah, and I would say now, granted, they had one of the best players in the state the last 2 years, but still, the girls that played in that game on Monday, they were a part of that, so they understand. They know what it's like to be in that moment, to go in there as an underdog, what it's like to play, and the level that you need to play at, even though they have a new coach and everything. Those guys came out ready to play, and I had said hats off to Coach Vanderwall for getting his girls ready, and his team for coming out and playing, tournament basketball the way that you're supposed to play it. And it took us a little bit to understand that, and we got in there at halftime. We, tried to clarify what the message was and what needed to be done. And I give a lot of credit to our girls. For listening to what we had to say at halftime. And going out there and putting it all together on the floor.
Got the job done. You held Northern Cass to 4 points in the third quarter?
I think it was 4 in the third. It was 11 for the second half. We had given up 37 in the first half.
Yeah.
But for our girls to come out and play the way that we know that they are capable of in that moment with your season on the line and with your backs against the wall, I thought it was good. For me as a coach, it was great to see them respond.
It was gratifying
that way.
I'm sure, in some sense.
Oh yeah. It told us a little bit about what kind of team we had.
You had, of course, your leaders on the scoreboard or on the scoring book there were Claire and Piper had big numbers for the Lady Huskies.
Yeah, Piper had 16, and Claire Woods had 26 on the night, and Claire only had 4 points in the first half.
Yeah.
So the rest came in the second half, and we purposely did that. I mean, we needed to get the ball to her. We had an advantage inside, and we said, hey, we need to run our stuff, and we need to get her the ball in the lane. And she was able to get going in the second half.
I'm trying to think of the girl's name that you got her
half.
into foul trouble there. She ended up with 3 fouls.
Olsen was in foul trouble, and I think Gelbert was in foul trouble too.
Yep.
So Gelbert had 4, and Hussar fouled out. Hussar was one of their better players who was out with injury. She's just a young player too. I think she's a 8th grader or freshman or whatever. So, they had 6 seniors on their side. And those seniors played, like seniors in that first half, and we got the ship righted in the second half. And Claire did all the lifting in the second half. Piper carried us in the first half. Ashlyn Max had a solid game with 9 points. She's been right around those 7-9 points. Cambry had 8, and Cambry played really well offensively. There was a stretch there in the second half where she was attacking the bucket. We ran some stuff specifically for her, and she was able to score to kind of keep our run going. It was the second half was just, it was just
Cambry's had a good
basketball the way that we know that we can play.
Cambry's had a good second half of the year for you, period.
She's played really well. She's done a lot of good things, some things that don't necessarily show up in the stat column or scoring column, but she's played really well. And then we got Gracie Falk back, who had been injured, missed a couple games there with the shoulder injury. And
did she tweak it the other night?
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit here against Kindred, but she's tough.
She came back in after
She did come back in. She was at practice today, and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Okay, good.
So,
all right. So then next up, the good news, bad news thinking is the good news you won, but then you had to go up against number 2 Kindred. And they've been kind of a thorn in the side of the Lady Huskies all season long so far. So took on a tough Kindred team, and Liza Trenbeth. What else can you say?
Yeah, here's the thing about the Kindred game is I went into that game really optimistic, especially after the way that we played in the second half against Northern Cass. I felt like, okay, we figured it out. We know what we need to do. We know how we need to play defense and the level that we need to play at. But I think, again, our youth showed against Kindred because here we are in the moment again, with an opportunity to advance to the to the region championship, and we came out and started. Probably had the worst start that we could have in a game like that. Okay, it wasn't as bad as the Northern Cass game, but I mean it was similar. It just was not the way that we needed to start. We against a team like Kinder, we can't put ourselves behind like that. They just do some things that make it difficult to make up ground. And we got down early. We turned the ball over, and we had talked about the one thing that we cannot do in this game against Kindred is turn the ball over.
Right.
Because that's what they feed off of. And we had 21 turnovers that led to 23 points for them.
Ouch.
That's the game.
Yeah.
If you look at all the other stats, if you look at the other stats, we shot 42%, they shot 43%. We made 4 3-pointers, they made 4 3-pointers. We made 5 free throws, they made 5 free throws. But because we turned it over 21 times,
and they got 23.
We had 33 2-point attempts, and they had 52.
That tells a lot right there.
Yeah. So take the turnovers away, and it is a basketball game.
Yeah.
It really is. And we won the third quarter 21-16. If we start the game the way we started the second half, it's a totally different basketball game. Totally different basketball game.
Well, you're going to have to do that tomorrow night.
We are. We're going to have to come out and play some good basketball.
A little bit of an upset there
night.
as Central Cass defeated Valley City. So
yeah,
the
let me
number
just go
one
back.
seed goes
Let me
down.
go back to the scoring on the Kindred game.
Yeah.
Clara had 26 again. She got rolling, and the one player who I think surprised a lot of people, because some fans have seen us play from other teams, but at the region tournament, there's different people there and stuff like that. But Ashton Max had a really good game. She had, scoring wise, she had 14 points. Right. Did some things, defensively on some loose balls and things like that I think raised a lot of eyebrows, because I had somebody mentioned to me, that seventh grader is pretty good, and they said that, which is true. She's really not afraid to get in there and mix it up. She really isn't. So she had a nice game. Piper just had 5 points on the night. A little different game for her, because that's a game where the defense that Kinder was playing really kind of makes her now a point guard rather than a scorer. She's a scoring point guard, but it puts her in a place where she has to be a point guard and try and facilitate and run things. And then, if she got pushed out a little bit far, so now some of her attempts are a little bit longer than what they're used to. And then really we didn't have much scoring after those three. Cambry had 4, Ella Langwater had 2, and Claire had just 2. So it was a tough scoring night for us. Again, when you turn it over, you're not getting very many attempts, and you're giving the other team a lot of extra attempts. It's tough to win a basketball game.
Yeah, it is tough. And then, like I said, it doesn't get any easier for the Lady Huskies tomorrow night, as you got to take on Valley City. The number 1 seed fell to Central Cass, and Valley City was ranked in the top 5 in the state here in the last poll, and I think you can do it.
Our region has been weird these first couple years of 3 classes. The 1 seed has not won the region tournament.
Wow.
And so here we are. We don't know what's going to happen, but there's a good chance that, if things go a certain way, the 1 and 2 seed from Region 1 potentially may not make it to the state tournament. How about
That's
that?
something.
And so for us, we've got to go into the game against Valley City, playing to win the game. We can't play to not to lose. All the pressure's on them.
Yeah.
There's no pressure on us. We just need to go play basketball.
Yeah.
And for us to reach the state tournament, we've got to beat 2 top 5 teams. We'd have to beat Valley City, who's been in the top 5 all year. And then we do that. On Saturday, we're going to play.
Yeah, you got the crossover.
The loser of the Thompson-Carrington game.
That's something.
Yeah. How about that? So 2 teams who have been, again, in the top 5 the entire year. And between Carrington and Thompson, I think there's only 6 losses to total.
And one of those 2 teams are going to go home.
Correct. One of those 2 teams potentially may not make it to the state tournament. Right. So if things go our way, there could be 3 teams in the top 5 that potentially don't make the state tournament. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could happen.
It's crazy.
It could happen. A lot of things have to happen, but it's the potential that we could knock off. We could prevent 2 of those top 5 teams from going to the state tournament.
Wouldn't that be something? That'd be a nice.
That would be a treat. I tell you that. That would be a real good treat.
The young ladies would learn quickly.
Yeah, they would. I think they've learned a lot here in these first couple games in the region tournament, and hopefully, we can take and apply what we've learned here tomorrow against Valley City.
I know it's a long time ago, and you started out the season, talking about the young team. We don't need to talk about that anymore. But are you happy where you are now? I mean, yeah, you'd rather be in a different situation and playing for the championship of the Region 1 right now. But I'm just saying, right now, you've got a chance to go to state. Are you happy with that?
I'm pleased with what we've done this season. There's more for us to do. I want more to happen. I told the girls today that they deserve the opportunity to play for a chance to go to the state tournament. They deserve that opportunity, and they have the ability to give it to themselves. You know what I mean? They don't have to depend on somebody else to give them that opportunity. It's there in front of them for them to earn for themselves, and I'm pleased with that. I really am, and regardless of what happens tomorrow, I'm extremely pleased with the season that we've had, the growth that we've had from the beginning of the season to where we are now. This team has I think in eyes of people outside of our program has overachieved, but I don't think they've done anything that we as a coaching staff didn't think they could do.
Right.
You've
said that all year long.
We've always felt that there's something in there. It could take a little bit of time for it to come out, but they're giving a little bit of glimpse of what the future holds for our program.
Absolutely.
There's some girls that are playing way above their grade, way above their grade.
Well, that's cool.
But I say that because I don't think that people understand that. I think they just say, well, that girl's really good. I go, yeah, but she's only an 8th grader, or she's just a 7th grader. Like, these things are not normal. They're not normal the way that they're playing and the level that they're playing at. And I think a lot of times it just gets taken for granted. It just does. And I think we have to be a little bit careful and understand that these girls are young. They really are, and they have a ways to go. So I think there's some good things to come, and hopefully a lot of good things to come this season here.
This season yet, but let's just end it on that. And, we wish you good luck tomorrow, my friend.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
And hopefully things go well, and you're playing again on Saturday.
That's what we're trying to do.
Upset a couple of top 5 teams. How about that?
Yep, we are.
All right, that was Brian Watson, head coach of the Lady Huskies, and we're going to come right back, and we'll bring Chad into the room, and we're going to come up with our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week coming up after this. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back.
By contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Ware Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
Do you experience pain, tingling, numbness, freezing, or burning in the hands and feet? Does your balance feel off? Tired of sleepless nights? You may suffer from neuropathy. Dr. Andrea may be able to help. Neuropathy is a serious disease where nerves begin to break down, leading to balance problems and other complications. Our program addresses the causes, not just the symptoms. See if you qualify for our neuropathy program at Hornstein Family Chiropractic. Schedule a consult with Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic, 701-672-1300. Hornstein Family Chiropractic.
where chiropractic care is a family affair.
The folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Mako SPT.
Can I talk now?
The music is
Music
off.
has stopped.
The
You're good to
music
go.
has stopped.
That's my
And you
cue.
can
That's
talk.
your cue. It's okay though, Joe.
You'd think after 5 or 6 years I'd figure
Well.
that out. But we've had a new system, he keeps changing
It's
it.
not new.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications and
This
Cable
guy.
Channel 28, Red River Communications, Internet with a Human Touch.
It's not new.
I'm Joe.
It's not new.
He's Brian. And joining us on set here is Chad. And back in the green room back there, you got Yards. There
Yards
he
is
is
back
right
there.
there.
Yeah, there he
Yards
is.
is waving
Yeah.
at the camera.
Yeah.
Attaboy. So Yards is back there.
We tried to get him on camera. He didn't want to get up here.
No, I asked him if he wanted my chair.
I know.
but he
I could
didn't
get him
take
from
that
back there,
offense.
though.
Yeah.
He's comfortable back
He's
there.
comfortable back there, yeah.
He doesn't like to really get up unless he's going to get chips or something.
Yeah.
I mean, so.
More pretzel. He's more of a
yes,
pretzel guy than a
guy.
chicken. He says.
Did he get a Coke tonight? Did he get a bottle
No,
of
he had a
water?
bottle of water.
He had a bottle of water tonight, huh?
Our bill, our tab just keeps running up because of him.
Yep.
Yep.
Where
It's
am
a
I?
long show.
It was a long show.
We had to.
But
I
we
had to
appreciate everybody being a part of it.
I had to call Matt Damon and tell him he's not going to be on tonight.
Yeah. That's funny. That's a good one. Hey, you got new partners sitting by you too, don't you? You better mention them.
Hey, I'm glad you mentioned that too.
Because we've got to give a hello to somebody.
Yeah, I got a really good Christmas gift from my daughter Bramley.
Very cool.
Yes, Bramley, who designed and made my little tee and golf ball here.
Yep.
Okay, had to special order a couple bobbleheads.
Okay.
One is me, if you can't tell.
It was the goatee gave it away.
It's the goatee, yeah.
Well,
my younger years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one next to me is my dad.
How about that?
How about
Yep.
that?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Very nice.
That's
special shout
Sir
out
James.
to Bramley
Mm-hmm.
for the Christmas gift.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, he lives on. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Sir James will always be a part of Three Border Sports Network one way or the other.
He's got his Manual Rams hat on, so yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, he's
How about that?
in our entryway out there in a couple of
Yep, he
pictures.
is. He is. Now, if I get, we won't have time because we're already long.
Yep.
But his scorekeeping in golf, he had his own. You want to talk about his Minnesota math? He had his own scoring system.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'd like to hear about that.
Yeah,
sometime.
always in his favor.
Yeah, we're running long.
Yeah, yeah.
It was always for Sir James.
Oh
huh?
yeah, oh yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I'd like to hear that.
Let's
story.
just say I might have said to him a couple times, maybe more than once. You had what?
Yeah, you had what?
Yeah.
Yep.
And he was spot on every time in his eyes.
According
right?
to him, he was. Yeah. Yep.
Well, I can't believe Yards didn't get up Sunday morning to watch the men's hockey, but that's another story for another
Yards, we're
time, too.
disappointed.
Watch women's hockey instead, which is fine.
Well, that was in the
That's fine.
afternoon.
No, same time, wasn't it?
No.
Oh.
The women's hockey
I
was
thought
in
the women's hockey
afternoon,
game was the
like
day before.
the Thursday before or something,
Okay.
Thursday or Friday.
He wasn't.
In the
Gonna, he
afternoon.
wasn't going to miss the women's hockey, right? Yards.
He
Right.
didn't see the women's hockey because it was during the school hours.
He's got hockey on right now.
I know. He said hockey on all day. All.
on my computer at school.
They
At
do anything at
school.
school.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're really working
We don't want to
hard.
talk about that right now because you know,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
right.
yeah.
We don't want to mention it.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Keep it on
Say
the.
that.
Keep
Yeah.
it
Hey,
on
we got, let's see, what do we got tomorrow night? And besides Brian and the Lady Huskies are going to go up to Fargo at the Shack.
On your live event.
Correct.
Gonna-
Is on your
that'll
live
be on
event.
your
Yes.
live event.
Yes.
But on Three Border Sports Network tomorrow night, we will also have it on Red River Communications Cable Channel 28. We'll have the Breckenridge Cowgirls
taking on the Ashby Arrows.
Ashby Arrows.
So was Ashby that one, huh? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
There was no upsets on the
All high seeds won.
all the seeds. Yep. So
Yeah, the
All right.
Ashby Owls. No,
Arrows.
Arrows.
He wasn't even
Who's
listening.
the Owls?
Hancock.
Hancock.
Yeah,
the
Hancock
Owls.
Owls. Yeah.
Ashby Arrows.
Yeah. He'll get there.
Yeah,
He'll get there.
Yep.
He hasn't had time to do his research yet, so he'll be all right.
Hey, he's got.
He'll get it done.
He's got all day tomorrow after he
He'll
gets
do
up.
his due diligence. He's retired. It's
I'm gonna
okay.
get up
He's retired.
and do something tomorrow.
Right.
And then Friday, we really don't have anything. And then Saturday, Brian and the Lady Huskies will be playing again.
Hopefully,
Easy,
we're
easy.
hopefully we're
Yes.
playing in the afternoon on Saturday.
And that'll also be on your live event.
That will be, yeah.
They have the exclusivity for Region 1.
For
this
Region
year.
1, yeah.
And if the girls win, all girls.
Oh, easy now. You're giving me hell.
If I said if, I didn't say when.
He had already had him playing on Saturday.
He had him playing Saturday.
I know.
Right? I said if.
I know.
They got-
If the Cowgirls win on Thursday tomorrow,
Yep.
they'll play on Saturday
They will
at
host.
7. That's
Saturday
7
night,
p.m.
yeah,
host.
7 o'clock again.
So
Be
both
7
games will
again.
be 7
Yeah.
p.m.
Yeah. They play the winner of who and who. They would play.
Lake
They
Park.
would play.
It probably
Yeah.
Lake Park's the 7th. So this would probably be Lake Park. Lake Park. I can't remember who they
I
play.
can't remember who it is either. You
Anyway,
look it up.
Anyway.
So then on Monday, then we'll have the boys' Lisbon game.
Lisbon game, yeah.
Yep, we'll have that.
Yep.
And then the Breck boys will be into the playoff season as well, and they'll probably host a game on Thursday next week.
Yeah. It's getting. I mean, it's crazy. Like to think that.
You know, you talk about March Madness, but
Lake
we're
Park,
already
Brennan Evansville.
BBE. So it's crazy to think that our state tournament is next week.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just nuts.
Barely March Madness.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had March Madness for a week already here in North Dakota. So
Yeah.
and now it starts tomorrow in
Yep.
Minnesota.
And the boys have their last regular game on Friday too.
Remember,
so.
our friend Raleigh Lip would always get excited for March Madness, but it starts in February now.
It does start in February.
So both
It
sides.
ends in April, typically.
Are we done now?
I mean,
think we plugged everything.
I think so. I think we covered everything. We've been on for 3 hours. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
There's
I mean, we almost have.
There's no
yeah.
overtime pay, so don't worry about it.
I'm
You're
just
not getting
saying.
paid overtime.
We got to cut Ralph. We got to cut him short. We just have to.
He was early today.
No, Chad.
Well-
I was right on time.
Yeah.
I was right on time.
He actually got it early though.
Let's keep it real. Yeah.
Yeah, and he was here and touched everything.
And then he started touching stuff. Then I got
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nervous. I got nervous then. I'm like, something's gonna break. Like, stop doing that.
All right,
He
the
thinks it's
Condell
funny.
Innovation Play of the Week.
You
got a
gonna
pretty
intro
good
it, or are you just gonna let it? Let's just let it. Should we gonna let it roll, or no? You might have to talk about it.
Yeah, you might have to.
It was
yeah.
another special event
Oh,
over
yeah.
in Breckenridge.
Yeah, you can talk about it.
It was
Because we
another
know
special-
you want to talk about it, so you talk about
I
it.
don't want to talk about it.
Go ahead.
It was
We know-
another special
we know you
event over in Breckenridge that I was lucky enough to call. And it was a milestone event. And at the same time, that particular player that broke that milestone also broke a single season scoring record.
Single game.
Single
scoring
game,
record.
not
That's
season.
Not season. Well,
I did that the other night, too.
He's
did, yeah.
he's new. He's new. He's new. He's new. He's learning.
Well, she might have the single season record too, Joe. I don't know.
We don't know that yet. He's learning.
I don't
he's
know.
New. He's new.
I've never asked that question.
I guess I've never have either. I guess, but
I don't think so. I don't remember. Anyway, Parker
gotta be
Yagi did
close.
pretty damn
close.
good.
Got to be close.
Yeah. Parker Yagi did pretty good. That's all I'll say.
You just gonna leave it at that?
I think so.
All right. Well,
She broke the 2,000 point
and
and the single game scoring record
yes. Okay.
in the same game, just like
In the
Aiden-
same game.
just
Yes.
like Aiden Sanchez
Yes.
did.
He broke 1,000
He
points.
broke 1,000 and
yes.
broke the single game in the same game.
How many did Aiden have?
And single
40.
the record 45.
45.
45.
45.
She had 42.
He had 43.
43 or
Two,
42?
I thought.
I think 42.
Maybe it was
42.
42. I
I think
think.
it was 42.
Yeah. Are we done now?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Take
For
it,
everybody
Gracie.
here at Three Borders Sports
Yep.
Network, back there is Yards. Here's Chad. I'm Joe. That's Brian. Don't forget Noel and Steve and Mike McCall. We got something special we got to talk about. Mike McCall
We're gonna
too.
the next coach's show. We
Okay.
need to have him on.
Okay.
Okay.
And we'll talk to him about something special.
Yes, we will, because then we can talk about
Ooh.
it.
What, the scooter cam?
The scooter
Stop.
cam.
Come on, you guys.
Scooter cam.
Knock it off.
See, the scooter cam's coming. Honest to God, if Brian Geffrey
Chad.
is still watching.
Don't egg them on.
Wait.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Brian
All right.
Geffrey
Don't
is
egg
still
them on.
watching.
Yeah.
He was installing somebody's 100-inch TV.
That's a nice
100
TV.
inch.
That's a nice TV.
I mean, I guess
he
so.
was installing that. But
If you
anyway,
need that.
he said we
You
got
know
to
I
talk
can
about
cut- you know I can cut
sponsorship
your
for the
mic, right?
scooter cam. He said he
You know I
wants
can
to
cut
do
your
that.
mic, right?
He wants to do that.
I can cut your mic and camera too.
Yeah,
you know that?
yeah.
I can.
Oh, you can.
I can. See?
I know.
Yep, there it is.
See?
Yeah.
See? I'm just saying.
You done now?
Say goodnight, Gracie.
Let's go to the Comdale
Yep.
Innovation Play of the Week. Bernatus brings it across the timeline. Parker Yagi over here on the near wing. Bernatus sees Parker for three. Here it comes. Bang! 2,002 points for Parker Yagi, and she's got the standing ovation. But the game continues to run here as Parker Yagi breaks 2,000. When there's a dead ball, I'm sure she's going to get the acknowledgement. And they will stop the game. Baker outside.
21 out of 28, Joe.
Yeah. That one goes out of bounds, and that will pause the game, and I think we're going to get a few seconds to recognize Breckenridge Cowgirls' only 2,000-point scorer in her career, Parker Yagi.
Comdale Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdaleInnovation.com. Comdale Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.